Right, gamers, hello, welcome back. Sorry, we're a couple minutes late today. Let me just. Oh, I was having a jolly old time in the war zone with the boys. So you're just gonna have to give me a second to make sure that I can get everything as it should be. So first of all, we need this on the screen. We can turn the controller off. That's good. That's good. That's fine. Green screen's working okay. Lovely stuff. Right. Hello. Welcome back. We're still using old Logitech mic today because the new mic has arrived. I just haven't been bothered to set it up yet, so I apologise for that. But we're going to see how it's going to go. That is not correct, Christopher. It's not correct at all. Right, sorry. Let me just check qualifying times and that. So same as last week. I'm going to. God, this. Hang on. Let me turn the brightness of these lights down. That is insane. Same as last week, I am going to be covering 450s today because they're not staggered. Let me turn that brightness down. Bosh, much better. Bosh. So I'll show you actually in game. Round 1, so GPs, round 1 was called 2025 GP of France. Round 2 is called 2024. The reason they've changed the naming from 25 to 24 is not because it's last year's track and you bought it last year and it's back again at a different time. The reason is because nobody was able to wrap their heads around the fact that the tracks are based off of last year's real life track layouts, because the track creators, they're only human. They can't make a track within 3 days of finding out that a real life track layout is changed. It takes a couple of weeks per track. So instead, to stop everyone hitting the wow, they are changing the naming of it to say 2024. So based on last year's real-life track, it is this one in-game. So it's just going to say 2024 in-game from now on. Let me quickly adjust everything that needs adjusting, because I'm not even in line with that overlay anymore. I'm higher up than that. I don't know why it even would have moved. There we go. That's fine. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Just a smidge bigger. Oh, I'm spilling over the edges. That's fine. Right. No, qualifying's already done. That's why I was just loading up the MyMXB website, Bosh, right here, to have a look at the qualifying times, although it's still going on. Have they changed how long we have for qualifying now? Because it should... Actually, no, it should have finished 6 minutes ago, so it might just be a case of it's taken a couple minutes to get in there. I do not like how bad that shadow is right there, cutting off my edge. But, oh well. I've installed a bunch more skins today that people sent me, and that were in the GP Skins EU channel. So hopefully I can see more people this week as well. And also in-game, I have got my bandwidth set to very high right here. So hopefully we'll also be able to see everybody in the race as well, rather than having any issues at all. So we're going to see how it goes. I'm hoping we get some more exciting racing action. But what I'm going to do before we start commentating, because there's not actually any servers up just yet, I am going to load up the track myself and have a little look. So let's have a scroll. I'm just going to have a quick look at ARL as well. Jam says he's not qualifying. He did a 56. Oh, yeah, that might not get him in. That might not get him in at all. Let's have a look. Jake. 36. 50. What's this? 450s? Yes, 450s. Okay. So it looks like the cut-off time... Oh, no, never mind. This is a combination. It looks like you probably want maybe 55, 56 to get in, by the looks of it. The qualifying times aren't all condensed yet, which actually makes me feel quite good about myself. If anybody was paying attention to the Instagrams and the TikToks, you would have saw that I ran a 1:49.3. Now, pinch of salt. I had been playing the track for 2 hours when I started trying to hot lap it, because I had to get the footage for the preview video first, and then I decided to try and go for a heater after that. So these boys only get an hour in total when you combine track release time all the way through to the end of qualifying, whereas I had 2 hours, basically. So, but I was happy with that lap. Very happy, considering the best lap that I've run after that is 51, way off. Thank you very much, Himuli. I'm the YouTuber that got you into MX Bikes. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Welcome to the love-hate relationship that is this game. Someone else covering 250s? I don't know. I don't know. I won't be. I have no idea what Cupcake's doing. I said to him, I don't care what he does or what class he covers. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm just covering 450s because, again, I think 450s are the premium class in this game. So if I have to choose between doing one or the other, I'd rather cover it instead. Yeah, a couple of 47s going. Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. I know I'm usually, on the outdoor side of things, I'm usually like 1.5 to 2 seconds off the very top. Now, I thought I'd be a little bit closer because it's sand, but I guess not. These boys are absolutely barking this year, so I don't mind so much. I'm not competing at all. So this is Sardegna. I've seen a lot of people in Discords and Instagram and all that saying it's basically the same as last year. I don't know what people want because the track map hasn't changed at all, and there's a certain way that sand kind of evolves, like in real life. If they was to completely change all the ruts and the bumps and the way they form in the corners, I don't think it would flow and feel like the natural way you'd want to go round the track. So the ruts kind of have to start and end in similar places. The insides have to be like bumpier and the outsides a little bit smoother to carry momentum. So I don't mind it at all. And again, this is a little bit biased because I didn't actually race this last year. It was one of the weekends I was away visiting at Linda, so it's fresh for me. But I think a lot of people probably would have spent most of today grinding last year's track, maybe even the year before that track as well, just to get the fingers warm, to get a good feel for it, and then they go into qualifying quite toasty already. Yeah, I use a different setup for sand than normal MX. The sand one's just faster. I like the rear to rebound very quickly, so just so the rear wheel can kind of stay on the ground more through all of the choppy bumps. The more your rear wheel's on the ground, the more you're moving forwards, basically. Some very fun parts of the track where you double your way into a turn, and then you get to, if you land it right, you just get to bang on the power and go. So like here, you double over this, hit a couple of these bumps, double your way into this corner, and then get on the power, rail that inside. There's probably a couple lines that I'm taking here that aren't the fastest, but that is the joy of getting to watch all the fast people ride. I get to see what they're doing instead. There's probably one or two like scummy lines where you could wall ride a little bit and stay super low. Then maybe if it gets too rough with the erosion, stay out of it, go through some of the smooth stuff like that. I was trying yesterday, if I get this right, you can wheelie over that and then hop all the way up and over that hill, which is really quick. It's just very, very technical to do. Let's do a little check-in. And I have to take it as a compliment, because so many people I've seen throughout the course today saying the track looks smoother than last year's. So I'll take that as a compliment to my lap time for making the track look smooth. Yeah, people are now saying that it's not smooth, which I agree with. It's not smooth at all. Oh, hang on, why is Byler Bay messaging me? Tyler sent me more gear. I don't want to download more gear. I got his gear from last round. Dressed for the part? Yes, we only rock the shirt and tie for commentating days. Only for today. I actually have no idea how the sandy roads, TC. I've got no clue whatsoever. I'm yet to get into a proper race and let a road form with sand with these tyres. All the stuff I've done so far around here has just all been in testing with no road on. Who have I got winning today? Sounds like Rax was pretty disgustingly quick in qualifying. I need to... Let's have a look and see if those qualifying results are up. Let's have a look. They are, so... Oh, Finn went top with a 47. Finn looking very racy today. This is... So these four here, this is kind of what I expect to see all season long. I mean, they all went 1, 2, 3 and 4 in both motos last week. So now they've done it in qualifying. I imagine these boys will go back and forth quite a lot. If I'm Tyler here, I mean, he might know himself if he didn't get a full clean lap in. But imagine if he's crossed the line with that 150 and gone, yeah, that was a good solid lap, and then you look at it and you're over 2 seconds off of top. It's a little bit demoralising sometimes. It's like, where on earth are they gaining all that time from? But that is a disgustingly fast lap. It really, really is for the amount of time these boys have had. Who else we got here? TG ran a fast lap. He was going well last week. Quacks is up there-ish. Did the King of Sand make it in is the question. Thank you very much, Ellis. Again, there's no text-to-speech on, so Is what it is. You can keep sending me as much money as you like. I'll take it. Where is... No, did he not make it? Jam, the Sand King qualified 44th. He didn't make it through. That is not ideal. And the reason we call Jam the Sand King, he won a little series that Reaper Doc hosted, I want to say like 2, maybe 3 years ago at this point, which was basically the King of Sand. Which was on like the older tracks, like the Learops and the old Lommels, for example. We ended up winning that overall. Troy is in 31st, so again, not the Supercross Troy that we're expecting, but this, in my mind, this is complete opposite to what Troy vibes with the most. Got any announcements yet? I would love to see these quali servers going up. No, no quali servers just yet. There you go. I don't know if there's any weird and wonderful stuff. What lap times? Let's have a look. Are there any disgustingly quick 250 lap times? 250 race groups. 53? Nah, not really. I mean, I imagine trying to go a decent speed on sand on a 250 is just near impossible to do anyway. You must just have to duct tape your right trigger down and hold on for dear life. What else was I going to do? Let's have a look at the championship list, show you the points as they run as well. They are going to be incredibly close in the 450 class. I don't know the results of 250s. Let's go points per round. So, we have got 2 points between Tyler and Rax. We've then got 1 back to Cam, and then we've got another 2 back to Finn. So these 4 here basically all traded places in the last 2 motos last week, and only 5 points from first to fourth. I think's pretty good. TH said Troy's holding the smoke this week. Oh, you can't go into it planning that kind of thing though, because then if he does take him out, he's got cause for recourse. He can get him suspended if he wants to. So you should keep those things quiet if you are going into a week intentionally planning on taking someone out. Yeah, it's quite gross. They are very, very quick lap times there. I'm hoping that those top 4 do every single round of this series, and let's say they don't. It's not like one has a bad week and then gives up, because outside of them top 4, there does seem to be quite a big drop off to the rest of the pack. Like they're in a league of their own. So hopefully they keep battling all season to give us some good, entertaining stuff to watch. Oh, it's so easy to... You saw the last couple of rollers I had coming out them corners. So easy around here to get the bike into them a little bit too deep, and then you bounce up rather than bouncing forwards, and then all your momentum's gone. You can lose so much time that way. Neon 32nd in 250s. Oh, Blood is a Supercross guy, 100%. 100%. I think it was a similar situation last year with Neon. It was either Neon or Aqua, I can't remember which one it was. I want to think it was Neon. Where the year where Finn was just dominating the whole time, and then it seemed like Neon would either win a race or get like 25th. It was very on and off. You reckon Troy's getting top 20 today? Get some points into him, you reckon? Right. I'm going to put this on at the top left there. So it says 450 Moto 1. We are then going to... Not that. Let's go back to Aerial. Damn, they're slow on putting the servers up today. Find someone with free sponsors. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Let's see if anybody qualified that is being naughty. Where is... There it is, MX1. Let's have a look at this. Race groups. Because if you didn't know, it is now forbidden to have 3 team names in your name, basically. I think you get a warning 1 week, and then you get a week or so ban afterwards. So technically, should Aiden get banned? Because it's Club MX FXR SPX. Is that Club MX / FXR / SPX, or is it Club MX FXR / SPX? I don't know. I don't know. Should we get him out? I say we get him out. Let's report him. Let's get Aiden banned. We've got... That's 2. That's fine. See that Jake's done it okay. Jake's just got the 2. How's retired life? Actually, much better than non-retired life. I don't feel like I want to off myself quite as much as I do when I have to race on the days as well. Got 2 names there. That's Gucci. 3 names. Pumba, get him out. Ban Hammer. Get him gone. Get him out of here. And another... Oh my good... And Kazi, get him gone as well. There's so many free team names in here. I say get him out now. And then that lets Leander and Rev move up. Zenix with a 3. Pumbaa got 3. Kazi got 3. Pumbaa and Kazi make way for Leander. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Why the new rule? Because it just looks silly. Is the simplest answer I can give you. Like, it looks so silly on the stream, seeing people's names. Because it got to a point as well where people were having to shorten their actual name to be able to fit the sponsors' names in there. And it's like, put the sponsors on your bike as logos. You know, you haven't got to have every single sponsor in the world in your name. And I don't even understand how people can get 5 different sponsors in a video game. I mean, like, you're wearing the gear, so you haven't really got to put the gear in your name. The reason I put the gear in my name is because it's a real-life deal, not just an in-game one. So I feel like it's a bit more special to me. So that's why I do that. But then it's like, if you're a random person running Fox gear, for example, you haven't got to put Fox in your name. And then people also put their suspension people in there, as well as then their overall just team. If it's like Ricky Bobby Racing / Cade Suspension / whoever made their gloves / Old's Boots Room / you know, no idea. Yeah, it's odd. It's certainly odd instead. So, anyway. Can you say your username? What do you mean, can you say your username? What for? In Chaos, my friend, if it's nice and PG, I think so. That should be okay. Need an FXR shirt. Hang on, let's check to see if the lobby's up first. They are not. Should we do a quick little FXR racing? Do they sell? Let's go men's gear sets featured. No, it is under. What's it under? Not under sport. No. Oh, lifestyle. Men's lifestyle. Let's give this a go first. Do they have just like proper shirts? Jumpers, workwear. Men's lifestyle. That could be handy for the golf course. T-shirts, hoodies, pants. I was about to say, that guy looks familiar, and then it's like the old Chiz. No, I don't think they have any actual like shirts. I think it's more cash. I mean, that says shirts. Let's have a look. Right, is that the one I've got? No, it's not. Right, we need none of that. Scroll. Oh yeah, they got. I mean, they got shirts like this. But it's not like a, you know, not like I'd rock up into my accounting job with it. It's kind of flames. Got that, a bit more formal. Got the more polo-y looking. Get on the golf course in that bad boy as well. Okay, they got options. They got options there. Good to know. The old flannel with the duck tire. That could go pretty hard. You are correct. That could go hard indeed. You know what else is hard? Rock the overalls. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be. I don't know if I've quite got the physique to rock off the overalls. I thought you've either got to be a proper skinny dude to make it look stylish, or you've got to be like 250 plus pounds and your nickname's Big Hoss. There's no in between, you know. 10 in chat, what's happening? No, I don't say anything like that unless it is fully confirmed, set in stone, and even then the announcement can be a GoPro if and when it happens. So keep things on the nose for now. I think I know what you mean, though, in regards to the actual event rather than the possible event. But no, not yet. Not yet. Until it is done, keep it hush-hush. Don't want to get people's hopes up. People did a U-turn saying it looks smooth. I know. I said, I know you replied to me earlier in Discord, Bradley, but I'm just going to take it as a compliment. but my lap time looking smooth. Yeah, the track is most definitely not smooth. It's very easy to get a little bit out of rhythm through some of these bumps, and then you're hitting like every single bump, just bouncing up in the air, not moving forwards at all. It's a tricky track. It is a tricky track. It took me multiple attempts to get 4 laps in a row without wadding myself for the video that went up today previewing it. So I'm hoping to see lots of mistakes in the races from these top boys, although it wouldn't surprise me if 1 or 2 of them go an entire 30 minutes plus 2 laps without crashing or making one single mistake, because they're just another breed. They're another level above us. Have I tried? No, I've not tried Schedule 1 yet. BP mentioned it literally earlier today about it. Because I was... do you ever kind of sit on your Steam page and you kind of scroll up and down through your games and there's nothing that's calling your name? You just don't know what to play. Even though you have a bunch of games, there's nothing that you want to play. And he was like, oh, why don't you try that new... why don't you try that Schedule game? And I don't know, maybe. Maybe. You got 30 hours on it. It's not been out very long, has it? Yeah, it's not been out long at all. Always mention big noses. Yeah, if anybody... no, actually, no. I'll let you off. I'll let him off. The track naming will be consistent moving forwards, digital. It's just because I don't... What's a nice way of saying it? People's IQ wasn't IQing enough to realise, even though it's 2025 season in our game, it's based on 2024 tracks, because the track creators aren't mind readers and they can't predict new layouts, if that makes sense. So people were... So take St. John, for example. The real-life track, a handful of corners and sections changed in real life, but there is no chance that the track creators would have had the foresight or the time to be able to replicate that before our in-game version. So it's our 2025 season, but it's based on the 2024 tracks, and people just couldn't fathom that. So moving forwards, they're all going to say 2024. So it's just these first 2 rounds that there's a discrepancy between the 2. Yes, make sure, everyone as well, if you are racing this, if you've qualified, put in like an extra litre, litre and a half, maybe even 2 litres worth of fuel. Sand tracks, you use a lot more fuel than all the others because you're just basically on the limiter everywhere. So make sure you don't run out. Don't be a goober. I'm not sure what you mean by that for track naming for casual tracks. Yeah, I don't get that. What do you mean? Oh, tracks aren't hard to find at all. Like, you download a track, it says the track's name when you download it. You find it in the game and you're good to go. And then track creators that like having their tracks popping up together, they might call it... so if you take Fat Muppet, for example, he'll put FM dash and then the track name, so then you know it's a Fat Muppet track and you can kind of group all them together. I know Hurren does... Does he do HM or does he actually just put Hurren? Right, apparently servers are up. We have got a new Spanish track that we're going to be playing in-game this year, so that'll be a completely new one for us. But I do admit as well, when I saw the 10 tracks that they announced, I was half happy, half disappointed, because there is quite a few tracks in there that's like, well, we've already done that like twice already. Why are we doing it a 3rd time? It would be nice to get some stuff that maybe they don't even race anymore. Like, give us like a Glen Helen GP, for example. They done that once, didn't they? And then I'd love some, like a top tier track creator. I would love for them to do a full-on replica of Namur, because Namur is just a Hall of Fame goated track. I'd love to see it. HM is Hell Machine, you're correct. Yes, maybe Hurren just does Hurren. Yeah, that old San Bernardino one / Glen Helen, same thing. For copyright reasons, they don't call it Glen Helen. That JV done, very, very good. Very good indeed. Good amount of roughness in there. I've not played it on these new bikes. I don't know how they handle it. Right. The races aren't staggered. I am going to quickly go to the boys' room, because I do not want to be turtle-heading halfway through this race. It shouldn't start like the gate shouldn't drop by the time. I'm going to be literally 2 minutes. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I was just giving Linda some shit in the hallway. I come to walk in my room, and she fully like goes to slap me on the back in a joking way, but I swear she's been on the punching bag. Like, she made very good connection. She's beating me up. Justice. It's all fun and games when it's the women beating the men up, innit? As soon as we try and show them the hairy side, give them a little backhand, and yeah, you get taken to court. It's crazy. I fall in love just a little more, little bit, every day with someone new. People upset with Diggs' pass on Juju's hilarious was a pass that was happening all night long. Yeah, I don't mind it as a pass in itself. I just know that I don't know if he would have done that same pass on somebody else. The only thing that was a bit like adds a bit of extra sauce onto it was he looked back straight away as well to make sure the job was done. No, if you're Juju, you can't be taking a slap like that on the helmet and not doing anything in retaliation. That's full rent-free in his head now. I fall in love just a little more, little bit, every day with someone new. Right, I need to... Let's do a little look as well. I need to remember all my buttons again. It's been a week. So have that off, have it off. If I do tab, it brings up that. If I do / it brings up names. That's fine. Then I can kind of click through all of this. Got people in the pits. Actually, if I do orbit, let me see if I can just switch between their pits. It's looking good. That's kind of cold. Alex looking drippy with a Moto Academy there. Full government details, Alex Waldron. Go search him up on Facebook. Don't do that. JS7's riding again. Don't have any gear for him. Got Tiger's gear now, so I can see him. Eggships looking stock Paboso. I mean, we're working through the riders. That's much better than it was last week for me. Now, I don't have the Motor Academy bikes because they do model swaps, so I've just got stock Yamaha in there. I can see Tyler on the floor. I'm guessing what he sent me earlier was different gear, because obviously I can still see his bike. I could see his gear last week, but not so much this time. And then we got Dorian's bike in there, looking very nice. He's changed from orange to red. I think the whole bike might change. I saw some people moaning that it was basic. Last week it was basically a copy of a team in MX Simulator, which I didn't know about at all, but... And then we got number... Is that Finn? Is Finn number 10? No, Dan's number 10. Got the TSCZ bikes back there. Got a little... Is that a muck-off? That looks like a muck-off to me. Yeah, a little bit of pinky purple action going on. Is it Gibber? Yeah, I'm so out of date with all of the MX Simulator stuff. Have a little fly around, just so I can get the camera work down again. So... In and out is that way, up and down is that way. Cool. I've fallen in love just a little more. Let's have a look what the start gate's looking like today. Gate 1, not ideal. So you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 maybe? Hello, Mr. Frizzy. Big 690, that is a brilliant number, thank you very much. BBL, Frizzy. So you want about gate 13, gate 14 if you want the straightest shot to here. However, I suspect there's going to be some front tucks today, because people are going to try hugging this so tight, their front wheels are going to try climbing up this, and it's sand. You can't really put a whole lot of front brake in with sand at the same time. It doesn't tend to go very well. And a lot of people are going to drift out wide here, but there's a big banking to rock with. What's going to be interesting to see is if we get any netcode issues, if two people get together and their bikes end up yeeting up and over this berm, we could have some carnage going on right here, and then the people coming towards them on the straight is going to be not very bueno at all, not great. My bandwidth is set to very high, yes. Yes, I changed it. I did change it last week in between races. I'm just guessing maybe you have to close and reopen your game for it to take effect, because it seems better now. We'll see if it goes that way for the race as well. Yeah, so far so good. It's a little bit on the framier side, but it should still be... I'm set on 50 FPS at the moment. So we'll see if that is really... Like, if you can see that on the stream, if it's bad. If so, I might dip out in between races and change it to high rather than very high. But this is quite cool as well to see up here. Apparently the Sardinians like they're ninjas, apparently. Like them so much, they got 4 of them. Rockstar Yami on mods. I haven't seen that yet. I don't go on mods very often. There used to be a period of time where I'd go on it every single day, but yeah, kind of dropped off of it a bit now. Let's have a look how big this whole place is. What's... I mean, that's kind of cool that they've got like the planes off in the distance. You don't really... Oh, there's just like walls. I suppose you don't really need to have it surrounding the entire place, as if you're down on ground level, bear in mind you can't really go out past like this point here because there's walls. You can't tell that there's flat ground there. So these are levels of optimization that we're working with in this game, just to get good looking tracks that also work with the game as well. Just a little more, little bit. New merch is sick. Thank you very much, Xboom. Very much appreciated, sir. New shirt and mouse pad. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. Appreciated. Get off the track! Okay, just thought I'd just have to let them know. Here we go. So the Club MX boys not rocking the same Triumph that I was rocking last week. We have actual... Oh, hang on. I know he's in here. He's going to get a little bit happy in the pants if I zoom into it. There we go. There you go. There's his moment. Yeah, the bikes look nice. So much better than the grey ones. Like, the Club MX to me is... Oh! Is the front... That's... I don't know about the, the more baby blue / cyan... there, and then normal on the front. I don't know about that. I feel like that should match. Anyway. Not sure what we're waiting on here. Let's have a look. How many people we got in here? We have got 40 people. Got any people sinking in? No, we're good. They must just be waiting for the 250 server to fill up as well. I don't see a Cupcake in here, so he must be covering 250 Moto 1. I don't know if he's going to switch over to here for Moto 2, but Race time, gamers! I'm going to turn that off. Although I'm going to put people's names on. Right, there we go. Got people's names. I'm going to leave this off on the left-hand side until we're like half a lap in. Tyler choosing to go for gate 1 here. Very interesting choice, because he's got a lot of checking up to do. Not the most ideal position I've ever seen. We've got Quacks next to him. I can't see half of these names. We've got Dan's looking drippy, the TSCZ boys. Here we go. The revs are up. The gates are going to be down very, very shortly. We're going to look at it here from this angle and then move forwards as they do. Good jump from Tyler. Aiden's got a good jump. Aiden's been getting really good starts recently. TG's up there. I think Rax is going to have it. Rax has gone deep. TG's up the inside. Alex with the whole shot. Rax coming out in P2. Cam in P3. Tyler's looking around P10 right now. Currently off the track. Dark goes down. And Cam's going to come out of this in the lead. So very, very good start for Cam. He's currently sat in 3rd or 4th. I think he's in 3rd place in the championship. Maybe 2nd. Maybe 2nd. Either way, big difference between 1st and 4th is 5 points, so there's nothing in it. So we have got Cam and Rax in 1 and 2 right now. TG's in 3rd, Boy is in 4th. Dan coming through in 5th. Good start for Dan right there. Good start for Pitt as well. Jake getting off to a much better start in this moto than he did both motos last week. Found himself coming from the back both times last week. Tyler making an aggressive pass to start with. Jumping up and over that very, very nicely. This start... Oh my god! Tyler getting very unlucky into the back of Jake there. Let's rewind that and see what happened. I don't know if Jake got a little bit sketch or if he tried diving over in the rough stuff. He got a little bit sketchy. Yeah, I don't think he hit anyone there. Just got a little bit off balance. Bike started veering off to the right-hand side. Nowhere Tyler could go. He got done a bit dirty. Troy's all the way back here in about 38th place. Now moving up to 37th place. Not the start that the Jan would have wanted either. Davey's back here. Dorian, not a great start for Dorian either. He had some solid results last week too. There is drama all over the place. The issue that you find on tracks like this, because they are so rough and so fast-paced at the same time, if someone's getting a bit sketchy in front of you, the amount of time that you have to adjust for that and to miss them is minimal. Or Pat getting a bit sketchy going over the bars and off the track there, almost took Kazzy down with him. Kazzy's changed his name to nothing. Pumbaa's removed all the team names from his name as well. I'm wondering if Wes has done that manually on his side to neaten things up a little bit. Let's move our way back towards the front of the pack. These boys are moving right now. So still Cam and Rax, still 1 and 2. Looks like their gap's staying about the same for now. 2 minutes into this race already. TG vibing, loving life in P3. Let's put the overlay on as well. Dan in P4. Pitt crossing the line in P5 on lap 1. Tyler moving up to 6th already. He's done some really good damage limitation on lap 1. Jen having a good start. Victor having a good start. Blue off the track. Aiden crossing the line in 11th, just on the outskirts of that P10. Jake dropped back to about the 20th spot or so there. Crossing the line in 17th, it says. And then just look at this, just people everywhere. Loving that people are actually using their heads here and taking different lines from each other. Troy in completely dead last. Could not be my YouTuber. Makes 2 passes over the finish line though. You love to see that. Looking good though, even if he's not going too fast. At least he looks very swaggy. Tiger not having as good of a race so far as he did last week. However, Victor's Moto 1 last week, he was battling for last place, so already doing a lot better this time than last time. What's going on up here as well? Dan is still chugging along. Dan's moved up into the P3 position. He's taken that spot away from TG. Keep thinking it's going to say Trojan there, but it says Trojan. Rax has made the pass on Cam. That looks like a big enough gap to where it looks like a mistake from Cam there. I don't think Rax would have made up that much time in the space of half a lap. Or maybe he has. He was 2nd in qualifying. I think he was probably almost a 2nd quicker than Cam, a little bit under a 2nd. I want to see what line these boys are taking through here. This, in my opinion, is the most difficult section to go fast through. There's a lot of chop. The ruts kind of want you going in one direction. Cam getting sketchy on the inside. How has he kept that up on 2 wheels? My front end would be washing there very quickly. And that little mistake, look how much time this has cost him now across the entire length of this straight. All that momentum completely gone. Rax is now going to extend that lead. That looks about 3 seconds, maybe 4 seconds now compared to the 1 second it was. So that one mistake from Cam costing him multiple seconds. Dan sitting in P3, TG in 4th. Tyler moving up to 5th already in the end of coming into the end of the 2nd lap here. About to make the pass for 4th place. Going to try and stay low going up and over this table. I think everyone's going to filter into this middle line here. Tyler's gone over it. Pitt getting sent over the berm. Nothing intentional there, just a mistake from Tyler. Managed to save it. Pitt didn't go down either, so not the end of the world. They're both going to carry on about their day. Boy crossing the line there in P7. It looks like Tyler has actually moved into P4, but on cuts. So TG getting a couple of seconds of cuts there in his opening laps. Aiden has already moved his way up into the P9 position. Good for him so far. JS7 back here as well, who had some very good motos last week at St. John. Cooper doing well also. Let's go a little bit further back. Victor is in 11th spot, just outside of your top 10. The man that got your whole shot earlier, Alex, on the gas machine, he's sitting in P12, no, P16. He's got a lot of cuts. You see, there's lots of battles going on here. Your fastest qualifier, Finn, this is the first we've seen of him this race. Finn is currently sat back here in P14. He's doing fairly well so far. Poor Jan, yeah, Jan not great. Cam didn't go down. Well, we've got some more mistakes down on here between Boy and JS7. Let's have a quick little rewind. One Boy was putting his hand up there. I wonder if whose fault that was. It looks like Boy has just crashed already and he's completely stuck, trying to get going. Just getting some loop out, Barboso physics going on there. JS7, that's too short of a gap to have any sort of reaction times for. There's nothing you can do about that. So he's found himself down as well. Troy making a couple of moves here. I want to say he's sat in maybe about 32nd or so position without me scrolling down. Ivan Jr. up here as well, OG of the game. He just rocks up each week, does his bit. Never see him talking in any sorts of discords or anything. Just rocks up, does his races, and then carries on through to next week. Dorian started to make a few positions up, getting in front of Danny there, both surviving. Dark and Marley both trying to make it to the inside. Both had fairly safe track entries there. I don't think there was any damage done at all. Dorian going down, Marley barely surviving that. And how do I pronounce that? Alquiston going down into the back of someone there. There is a sea of Yamahas in this race. Everybody kind of giving the Yami a go. It seems to be the meta these last couple of weeks on the game. Let's go back up towards the front again. So Rex did have about 3 or 4 seconds over Cam. Cam has now brought that back down to around 2.2. I don't think there's any cuts involved. I think that is a legit 2.2 seconds. Let's try it. Let's stay on the back of these two just for a lap or so, just to see the lines that these boys are taking. Doubling up around that corner nicely, doubling into the middle here, I expected that much, and then staying over to the right side, hitting the low line here so you don't hit the high point, so you get your momentum going forwards. Going into the inside. The outside is nice in this corner. It's nice and smooth and quick, but it's a long way away from the rest of the track, so you do cover a lot more distance, so it's understandable why everyone's taking the inside there. Trying to stay nice and low over this table as well. The outside here just gives you so much speed, massive slingshot for this next straight. Cam working his way through the bumps, doubling, tripling. I'm surprised to see people go inside so often here. In my testing, I thought the outside would be quickest. It's definitely the easiest, it's the smoothest, but it looks like the inside, at least for now, might be the quickest option. And then this was the most difficult corner, in my opinion, on the whole track. Getting that right to left, getting the bike set up nice and smooth. I imagine to see these boys drifting to the outside a little bit too much from Cam. He's gone up and over. Got a good crash though. That was a very good respawn time there. The bike wasn't facing the wrong way at all. Got up fairly quickly, but still these are seconds that he can't really afford to be given to Rax, as Rax is starting to check out already. That's going to turn from what was a 1.7 second gap to more like a 5-6 second gap now. It looks like Cam actually did have the pace. I think Cam's going a little bit quicker than Rax is, but when you're making mistakes, it looks like almost on a lap by lap basis right now. That's not really enough. It's not enough at all. So Cam is now going to cross the line 6.6 seconds back. Dan is just off the back of him now. He's 10 seconds off the lead, so only 4 seconds between those two. And then Tyler here sitting in P4. He's salvaged a bad start, and I think he'll be a little bit annoyed with a P4 in this race, but you have to look at it from a points perspective. He's still getting really solid points and puts himself in a good position for Moto2 to maybe still be in a chance of the overall there. So as you see, the first all the way through to, I'd say 6th, or first all the way through to 7th, they've all got big gaps in between each other. Finn, very good damage limitation as well, finds himself up into P6 after that horrendous start. Aiden still sat in that P7 spot, and then we move back a little bit. This is where people get a bit closer together. Jake in the 10th spot right there, Boy in 11th, HM702 in 12th, Jen still in 13th, good ride for him. Victor in 14th, good ride for Victor. I think he'll still want a little bit more out of this race if he can get it. Nice to see him rocking the KTM instead of the Yami as well. Logan still rocking the Triumph machine as well, hanging onto the back of it for dear life. Hold on to it, Logan. He had a very good result last week, and I do want to clear up, last week I did call Logan a bit of an outdoors guy. However, he has made it clear to me in message that he is not an outdoors guy at all. I think he prefers his Supercross, but listen, when you rock up to round 1 and you put her inside the top 5, I'm going to consider you an outdoors guy when you've not done that in Supercross all season. But he's riding well, he's vibing with that Triumph machine by the looks of it, and that is a true Triumph as well. That's not a model swap at all. He is actually going down, commentator's curse, I'm so sorry, just behind Victor going down as well. A few boys have an issue with this jump here. The issue with it is, you'll see, you end up pre-jumping a little bit and then almost tyre tapping the top. I thought Victor had survived that. The issue is, if your back end kicks out and you hit this sideways, it's going to fling you back over the other side. So very easy to get that wrong, as lots of people seem to be doing. Troy is starting to make quite a few moves now by the looks of it. He's moved his way up into P27 after being in last place in lap 1. So as probably still... where did he finish last week? Did he get a point last week? I can't remember. He might have finished like 20th in the second moto. He had a horrendous moto number 1. But yeah, not ideal whatsoever. Let's go back up to the front. Let's see. There's a 7-second gap now. Dan's going to cross the line in 3rd place still. No. Wait, what's going on here? Is that Dan? No, that's Finn. Sorry, they're wearing the same gear. So Tyler dropping off more time here. He must have crashed on that last lap. He's 26 seconds off lead. Cam is closing in on the... Cam lost a 10th last lap. Dan lost 3 seconds. Tyler lost about 8 seconds. So I think it's a combination of Rex absolutely hauling the mail and not crashing, combined with these other boys making some mistakes. But that's what happens. If you get out in front, you put yourself in the driver's seat, you can afford to not push as hard. So maybe not feel like you're on the edge of making mistakes all the time. And everybody else behind you has to push even harder to try and catch up that time, which a lot of time does end up in more mistakes. So Rex doing exactly what he needed to in this first moto so far. We are only 10 minutes into this race. We've not even reached the halfway mark. So a lot of laps still to go. And if you remember last week, I'm pretty sure these boys lapped up into about 7th position, something disgusting like that. I think we'll get a very similar result this week, just because there's a bigger skill gap in the sand, so the top boys are just going to be even faster than the rest of the pack. Curious to see, yeah, what space they get up to here. I mean, we're 10 minutes deep, and 12th place is a minute behind. So if we're just going to use general maths right now, that might be a 3-minute gap by the very, very end of the moto, which sounds absolutely disgusting to say. Like, losing 3 minutes over the course of a race is a hell of a lot of time. But then that's a whole lot more time for stuff to change, you know? Tyler, 30 seconds back right now, the wheels could fall off at the front of the pack. He could find himself still going up there battling for a podium position. So, I mean, there's a good idea. So Rex is all the way through here after mechanics. Tyler's just hitting that tabletop. That is a big gap between title competitors right here. Rex still gaining more time on Cam. I think Cam's making a few mistakes. Let's go see if we can find any battles further in the back of the pack whilst these boys are all spread out at the front. Dan's still rocking around in P3. He's going to be very happy with that. Tyler in 4th. We've got Finn in 5th. Still a good result for Finn right now. He might even catch with Tyler and pass him, because Tyler's losing even more time. He's 31 seconds back now. Good result for TG as well. He sat in 6th, 41 seconds off the lead. And let's see. Pitts there in 7th. Cooper is in 8th. We've got Jake in 9th, moving up 1 spot from earlier. Oh, the battle of the brothers again. What's going on with these two? Every single moto so far this season, these two have found themselves on the track next to each other. Regardless of good starts, one will get a good start, one will get a stinker, and they'll still meet in the middle halfway through. So interesting to see one of the brothers preferring the Yamaha, and then one of them preferring the KTM. I don't know if that's a quick shift versus non-quick shift thing. I don't know if Aiden's changed his settings, so he still has the quick shift on the Yami. But also interested to see people going wide in this corner. I generally think that's a line that I did not try. Oh, Jake going down. I came away from it just at the wrong time, and I swear he's just cross-righted and hit somebody as well. What happened there? Did you get that just horrifically wrong, or did they cross over on each other? Oh no, the back end kicked out on the face, and he's just got so much airtime that's never coming back around after that. Just a big slow-motion crash. He's going to go down there. Almost took his brother with him. The bike came across, and then because of these deep ruts, he can't really turn right and get going, and then JS7 nowhere to go. Luckily, gets over the top of that. But that is such a big time loss from Jake. He was basically on top of Aiden. He's still stuck. There's no way he's still stuck. No. That's nuts. So, how much time did he lose there? He lost about 20 seconds in that one mistake. Not ideal whatsoever, but you know what? The sand can do that to you. He's probably crashing one of the worst positions possible there. Marley going down, unfortunately. He's not going to like seeing that. I know he tunes into these streams, so when he's watching this back, he's going to hate that I caught that moment exactly on camera. Jay Talon having a good one as well. He's sat in at P18 so far in points. Commentator's curse once again. Oh, God, I need to stop doing this. So, Alex up here also. He's just getting going on the gas machine. Mr. Leander, much better than last week's first moto. He's in 17th, getting some good points there. Let's go back. The Jan is sat in 23rd, although points is just in front of him. I think Marley might be in the final point position. There's a lot of trading back and forth of positions going on here. Yes, Aiden and Jake are twins. Yeah, not just brothers. They were sharing the womb at the same time, and they both decided to pop out a couple minutes apart, I reckon. But I don't know which one's older, to be fair. No idea, but the boys are replicating their experience of birth just as they are on the track, both side by side at all times. So, Troy working his way through. Alex, very weird crash from Alex right there. That looked very unprovoked. What, did he just get off balance? Oh, he got a kick, landed sideways, bounced back around on him. Lovely, some lovely Poboso physics there. You'd love to see that. Let's fast forward in time again. Lovely stuff. Who is the stinkiest man of the race? Let's have a look. We've got Mr. Moto Academy Alex just going a lap down right now. So Rax is there. Ivan Jr. going down. Bumba's gone a lap down. I think Lewis has gone a lap down. Cam coming through as well. Kazi's gone a lap down. Alkiston's gone a lap down. This is... oh no, actually battle for last place between Ulmer and Alex respectively. We've also got Gurren back here somewhere. There he is. There's the boy. One of the most helpful members of the entire community, always answering people's help questions in various discourse. So you got to give him his love, give him his stream time. He might be in the bin right now, but he's #1 in our hearts. We love Gurren. He's very, very helpful. Logan up here as well, doing quite well on the Gasser. What place is he up to right now? He's in P15, so a solid result. I did say Gasser, I meant Triumph, my apologies. Let's try and find, I know we just passed the leader again earlier, Rax. Troy going down, very poor timing there. Jaytan up here. Rax should be somewhere around here. There's Dorian, there he is, there's your race leader. So he's now extended that out to an 11-second lead. Cam making some mistakes there. Oh, little unsafe track entry from Jen there. I don't think he had any idea Rax was there, to be fair to him. I think that one was just purely by mistake. Rax working his way through now. He's just staying so low, carrying so much momentum. It's very impressive to see on that SPX/JLM machine. Don't know what JLM is, don't know what it stands for, don't know if I've ever seen it before, but that's what Rax is rocking for us this season. Annoyed that I can't see his gear. I have downloaded everything that he sent to me, but just can't see the gear. But I can see the bike at least, which is good. I thought he was running a red plate for a second there, but it was just the sticker on the Yoshi exhaust. So we'll go further back to Mr. P2 Cameron Box, rocking the Santa hat still. A little bit early for Christmas, but he's making it work. You gotta do it in style whilst you're at it. Everybody filter into this inside line here. There's probably a few lines on this track where it gets faster as the race goes on with the erode. I'm not seeing any weird wonky erode forming just yet. It all seems to be fairly smooth, so the track might be speeding up the further we get through it. Let's have a quick look also at the lap times. So Rax is best lap so far, quicker than my best lap ever around this track with a 1:49. Cam has got a 1:50 as his best lap, down in the 50s. Tyler only on a 52. Pace not quite there today where he wants it to be. Finn in the 50s also. This is a cool camera angle. Let's stay on this just for a little bit for Finn. Finn, usually known as one of the smoothest riders in the entire game, very rarely sits down anywhere, although I think that might have changed this year. I definitely see him utilising the sit down more often than not. He used to just stand up absolutely everywhere and just never sit down, even in Supercross around all the corners. And you see that German flag on his tank right there, repping it for the Deutschland, doing it for his German brothers and sisters. I do feel a little bit sad for him because when it comes time for nations each year, he's kind of the only top tier German at the moment. Victor is very, very good on his day also, but they do seem to be lacking a third person to try and fly that flag for Team Germany. So there you go, Finn's rocking around. He's now moved up to P4. Tyler making more mistakes. Where is the J? There he is. What's going on? Awful race from Tyler so far. I say awful, I mean in terms of time, because anyone would happily take a P5 in these races, but awful in terms of what it's going to do for the points. It's going to really shake things up, and maybe he's just in his own head. Maybe he's not a big sand guy also, I don't know. I don't know if was it Tyler that won the Hawkston pre-season race? Hawkston's a sand track as well. I know it's a completely different kind of sand track, it's not quite as whooped out as this, but the traction should still be the same. And also interesting seeing the guys going around the outside there as well. Just outside everywhere, by the looks of it. There you go. Oh, he's gone down again. His bike has gone up and over the hump, which is quite lucky, but he's been done dirty by the bike positioning there. Is this Linz or Paul Malin? I love Paul. I don't mind getting a cheeky Paul comparison, as long as it's not a Carmichael reference these days. We've got a big old gap going back from P6 back to P7. 10 seconds there. And then we've got another 4 seconds or so back to Boy in P8. Quack's having a battle with Victor here. I think these two get along fairly decently. They're having a little battle over P9 right now. We love a P9. Quack's rocking the Husky this week as opposed to the Fantic. I think Quacks and Jams were both on the Fantic last week and both rocked up on the Husky this week. I'm not sure what the decision on that was. But good little battle going on here. Let's stay on with this for a little while whilst there's not too much going on the front. Although I say that, Cameron Box is closing the distance. I'm guessing Rax has had a crash. There's now only 5.7 seconds between first place and second place in this race. And then I suppose if you're in Cam's position right now, you really have nothing to lose. You've got 27 seconds over third place. You may as well just send it because you can afford to have like 5 different crashes and still not lose a spot. So if I know Cam, he's probably going full send right now, trying to put some heaters in there. But these two are having a really good battle, both going basically exactly the same speed. And Victor's going to go into filter to that inside right just behind him. Is he going to go into this middle one as well? He is. It looks like a lot of people following each other right now, but that might just be the way the track's forming. It could just be a case of there is one main fast line and there's no reason to experiment and push out into different lines at all just yet. Has Troy's made his way up in top 20? Yes, Troy is in 18th place right now, so better than last week despite the really, really bad start. Victor getting a little bit sketchy up that hill. Not too bad. Looks like this battle seems to be kind of fizzling out. Quacks is pulling away just a little bit right now. Someone's retired. Who do you reckon's retired? Let's have a scroll. Pumbaa and Gurren have retired, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Sweet Prince. Right, let's work our way around, see what we're rocking with here. Drake's all the way up here. Where are our leaders? That is Alex, that's Finn, so our leaders are probably around here somewhere. There he is. Rex coming around, about to put the Jan a lap down. That gap has now gone from what was 10 seconds down to 4.6. So Cam is making moves, he's on it. Hopefully we don't get any lappers interfering with what could be a good battle by in this race. We've got 9 minutes and 20 seconds plus 2 laps to go. That is still plenty of time for this lead to change. Jade Hallen being a W lapper right there, slowing down, moving out of the race line, letting Cam go by and going about his own race also. No point racing the leaders around here at all. Got some good alternative lines going on in this corner. Looks like an equal spread in the road between outside and inside. I do think inside still a little bit more on the OP side. You're just covering so much less distance. And all these boys going around the outside in this turn also, jumping up and over this hump, trying not to get that back end, stepping out from the right side to the left. Oh, I thought Rex was going over that corner there. That might have been a little bit of a netcode issue going on. That gap is now down to 3.5 seconds. Cameron's coming. It might have taken him a while to find his flow in this race, but I did say at the beginning, I think he's got the faster pace overall, at least in this race. I don't think he qualified ahead of Rex, but in the racing sense, he's going a bit faster. Now down to 2.7 seconds. So it could even be a case of Rax's setup not vibing with the road too well, and Cam's one is. But going pretty damn good for old Cameron Box. I mean, again, he's got 30 seconds now over third place, so he may as well send it. He's got absolutely nothing to lose. Or front end almost tucking again as he landed into that rough stuff there. Going up the inside, hugging the far left up here, trying to get that, keeping those wheels on the ground, get that momentum moving forwards. Is Troy going to be a W lapper for Cam, or is he going to block, is the question. I'm not sure what the blue flags are like around this track. I know, oh, Cam's down. Not a good one. Let's slow that one down. Looks like he got his weight just a little bit too far to the inside, and it just kind of carried him from that point. The weight went over the front of the bike. So yeah, it turns too much. Front wheel hits the bump at the wrong angle, goes to go over the front where it's bucked him, and then he's off balance, going all the way up and over this, and there's just no chance of him saving that ever. So he's going to be very annoyed by that. He got that lead all the way down to 2.3 seconds, and it's now going to go back to about 6 by the time he goes across the line. Dan, still chilling back here in P3. Big gap, though. We've basically had time to go back and watch a replay by the time Dan's come around the track, so he's chilling there. Bit of no man's land, to be honest. He's got 20 seconds in front, 10 seconds behind. Finn is back here. Looks like Tyler's dropped a bit further back again. He's 1 minute and 5 seconds down, but Tyler, completely no man's land. It wouldn't surprise me if he finishes in 5th place in this race. We have to go. Where is Tyler? There he is, a long way back from these boys. Yeah, he's got... Oh, he's gone down again. Tyler not having the race that he wants right now. He's got to be fuming underneath that helmet. And if he's not careful, I said he's going to finish here. He's crashed a lot this lap. He had a 13-second lead over TG earlier on in this lap, and TG is now right on his booty cheeks. I'm very intrigued. Let's go on board with Tyler real quick. He's just crashed again. He's just crashed again. Tyler not having a good race at all right now. Let's stay on board for Tyler, because I want to see what his lap time is going to be. So he had a 2:07 last lap. Not what your... Did he win last year? He did win last year, didn't he? Yeah, not what your champion and red plate holder wants. He's starting to change up lines as well. Maybe his setup just isn't working in this rough stuff. But I think that might be him back down to P6 now, unless he took TG with him when he went down. He did, yeah, TG went down also. What was Tyler's lap? He had a 2:07 last lap. He has got a 2:09 this lap. Holy, Tyler is in the bin right now. Not going well at all. If we move further forwards, that looks so... Why does this camera look so smooth compared to... Oh, that's chest cam, that's why. Hey, this is a sick camera angle. It's probably very shaky on your end. This looks sick for me on my big screen. Finn is making moves. Finn trying to catch up with his teammate Dan, see if he can turn that P4 into a P3. Don't think there'll be any team tactics involved in this. I do think Finn does have the speed naturally. He was your fastest qualifier today. Definitely got the speed to be able to catch up and pass Dan without Dan having to slow up and wait for him at all. Finn's put in a shift this race. If I had to... Oh, cutting the nose off of Dan there. It looks like Dan was being quite nice, though. I would say he did give that to him. Yeah, just waiting up again, checking up. Nothing wrong with that. I don't think that's... Oh, my God! What is just... a very interesting move from Davey there as a leper. I doubt that was intentional. That just looked hella sketch. Dorian trying to get out of the way, but both of these boys getting caught up a little bit on this straight. Yeah, look, Dan's just giving it to Finn. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. Dan's not in... I don't think Dan's in championship contention himself, or he's not looking for a championship, whereas Finn is. So I know they get along very, very well, good friends with each other. Nothing wrong with that at all. Putting his hand up, saying thank you to Dorian, or waving to me on the stream, I'm not too sure. Yeah, Finn moving up into P3. I'm going to give Finn the Linda Hard Charger Award for this race, because he was down horrendous at the start. Not good at all. Let's go back to the lead, because there is only 2.7 seconds between these two now. Never mind. Cam's blue balls me. I think Cam's crashed again. That is a much bigger gap than 2.7, unless Rax has a disgusting amount of cuts. Don't know where the sector times are on this track, so we'll see what happens when they cross those sectors. TN going down, Jake getting caught up, Jake going a lap down as well. So what did start off really well for Jake, I think he was sat in the 7th or 8th position at one point. He's dropped down to 15th now. Cameron Box is in a world of pain. That man is probably giving himself some choice words in that Discord call. I don't know if Cam uploads his outdoors races. I know it's a lot of file space to record the outdoors ones. I know he does indoors all the time. If he is, I'd be interested to see. So you see the words that are said, the choice words. I mean, you know he's had a bad one the last lap or so because Troy has unlapped himself. So Troy, the diesel, just chugging his way around the track. Cam, unfortunately, that 2-second gap is now 15 seconds. I don't see the lead changing again at this point. I think Rax has done plenty enough to keep that going. So your top 4... all kind of spread out. Let's work our way back. There's a battle for P7 right now between TG and Boy, if we can find them. Where are they? That's Davey, that's Ivan, that's Lewis. We've got to go a long way back for these boys. Got Kazi, Alex, Tyler's there, Pitt's there, there's TG. So TG... TG's actually on the back of Pitt right now. This is a battle in its own right. Every time we get to a battle, these boys separate themselves from each other. We've got a battle between Cooper and Quacks for P9. Let's have a look here. Cooper's there, Victor's there, everyone making mistakes. This track must be really difficult. Oh my god. I don't know how Victor survived that. That was a bit sketchy. I mean, you can just have a look. You can see the rough is roughing. You go into some of these corners and it's almost like hitting a wall, hitting a 90-degree wall completely. It looks very, very sketchy. You just got to make sure that you don't lean too far inside of the turns as well, because that can be as dangerous as not turning enough. The front end will just wash on you. If we go down on a more ground level, you can see what used to be one bump has now turned into 2 bumps, and you just have to make sure you're kind of jumping, you've got your rhythm on point. I mean, these are going to boot you really high up in the air, so a very, very deceiving track. Let's have a quick skim through as well real quick. I just want to see what everyone's last lap times were. So Rax's last lap was a 2:02. So Rax making some mistakes also. Cam's last lap a 2:08. Finn's lap a 2:01. 2:06. Everybody's having a stinker. Tyler actually had a decent last lap, just as he jumps off the track there. So bearing in mind the qualifying times were... the top of qualifying was a 47. For these top boys to be lapping in the 2 minutes, it's Moto 1, bearing in mind as well. These boys who have an entire motor's worth of a road to go also. This is going to be sketchy. Tyler and Pitt, I'm glad I caught that. Let's rewind that just a little bit. There was a battle going on there for the 6th spot. It looks like Pitt had made the pass on Tyler. Did Tyler crash again before that finish line? I know he jumped off the track there. Okay, so he's rejoined just in front of Pitt. Yeah, Pitt coming in behind. Oh, just gets out of that rut a little bit early, gets some Poboso physics going on. So Pitt makes the pass up and over the finish line. And then what does Pitt do? Does he just lose the back end? He stood up the whole way around that corner. Is there a hole there that he's hit? Yeah, look at that, straight over the bars. Get out for me, that bike said. That was unreal. And then Tyler getting caught up in the back of that. He stays up on 2 wheels. He survives. So Tyler's going to stay in 5th place there. Hopefully he can keep that going. It looks like on track, TG's in front of both of these, but on cuts, he's a little bit off. So again, cuts can come into play on a track like this. Very easy to go off the track from a crash because you're going so fast, the bike can just cartwheel off. So a lot of the time the cuts aren't even your own fault. Do I see that we have had a rage quit from Aiden in here? Not what I expected at all. I thought Aiden would stick it out, but looks like he's not vibing with the track today. He was down a little bit earlier on in the race. Not as down horrendous as Jake is right now. Jake kind of chilling in 14th after being in around P7 earlier on. So what have we got? Tyler here. I mean, you could throw a sheet over these guys. They are a second apart from each other on the track. The cuts are disgusting, actually. So I don't know if you can see that too well. Let me go into the free cam so it's not quite as shaky. So TG, who is right here in this corner on the Yamaha, in front of Tyler, that's half a second gap, if that. Oh my god, these laps are crazy. How are they getting through these? Half a second gap. TG is actually 3 seconds behind, so TG has had many off-track excursions throughout the course of this. I don't know if Tyler runs the max HUD. Hopefully he does, so he knows that he hasn't got to try and force a pass on these boys. Nothing really much going on at the front. They seem to have all cemented themselves there. This is really the most action that we've got on the track between these two, the closest battle we've got so far. Well, actually, if we go back to, it looks like Quacks and Cooper, 2 minutes down. Holy moly, the time difference between people on this track is insane. Jay Talon's there. Dan's there. Dan's in 4th, and he's a minute behind. Pat's there. I'm trying to find... Where are they? Jake, Victor... God, where are these boys? This is hard to find. Oh, Troy, where's Troy at? Troy is still sat in 17th. Everyone's kind of overlapping each other there. There's Finn in 3rd place. We saw Dan was just back here earlier, so he's lost touch with Finn a little bit. Jay Talon's up here. There's Pat. Where's Quacks? Where's this battle that was going on? Davey, Blue back here as well. There's Ivan. Tyler jumping away. Look at the size of some of these rollers. That is disgusting. They're just launching into this corner. That's such a sick angle to get of that. There's Pitt going around behind as well. We'll go a little bit further back. There's Boy. Victor's there. These boys are going a lap down now. So Victor's the last person on the lead lap. He's sat in 8th position. There's 2 laps to go. Raptor's just there. So we've got Quacks there. JS7 is here. Cooper's here. So it's like... They're not really battles as such. They're close to each other on the track, but there's not really any bar-to-bar action going on. Logan coming around in 13th place as well. Not as good as last week, but still a very respectable position from him, the ex-MX Simulator competitor of mine. Logan used to be very, very handy at Sim back in the day. We've got Jake sitting in 14th place still, battling with TH, actually. This is the battle for 14th place. I don't know if TH has just made the pass or if he's got a couple of cuts. Oh, TH staying very, very low there. Jake getting a good drive, though, staying out of the rough stuff. Jumping to the inside here, makes a nice clean pass. Kind of goes about his way. Look how disgusting that is. I'm not surprised both of them made mistakes. Look at this. You're landing in this, going so fast. There's a little bit of square edge action going on. I mean, if your front end lands here... Oh, hello. If your front end lands here instead of here, you're going to crash. The front end's just going to tuck. So that is absolutely disgusting. So we might need to try and find your race leader again. Ivan, Tyler's up here. Well, how far back's Tyler now? Tyler seems to have secured that P5. It looks like everyone's dropped off a little bit. The gap between 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, still pretty damn big gaps there. Boy, TG and Pitt, the last people in the lead lap. Got Boys right there. TG's gone past. Dorian's a lap down. Pitt's there. Egg shit going down. Rax is here. So this is Rax's last lap. Oh, Dorian almost going across front of him there. Kazi going down. Look at this. It's just dodging all of these lappers everywhere. Does Dorian know? Dorian going to the middle. Rax going inside. Nice. Good clean pass. Rax trying to stay out of the rough stuff as well. Oh, back end gets hooked up and over that rut. Following this inside. Look at the state of this. Look at this hole that's forming. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm happy being in the commentating booth. I'm more than happy in getting to ride these tracks when they're pristine and perfectly smooth, without any erode in it. This is a little bit much for me. I'm going to have to look at see what the erode value is after this. I don't know how much testing has been done on whooped out sand tracks for the erode with these newer bikes, so it wouldn't surprise me if we're still on like 0.1, for example, and it's just the way these tyres are affecting the track. But the manly hour right now, Rex has done the best job at picking his way around this track. Had a very good start. I think he started in 2nd just behind Cam. Found his way into the lead fairly early on after a mistake from Cam, and then never really looked back. There was a couple of times where he started making mistakes and Cam started closing him down, but then Cam started making some more mistakes of his own, dropped further back. He finds himself almost 16 seconds back in P2 now. So I think you are looking at your Moto #1 winner right here. And we'll follow him round through to the finish. There's no immediate battles going on the track by the looks of it. Everyone nice and spaced out. It's crazy to sit here and look at that leaderboard and go, 4th place is a minute behind. 8th place is almost 2 minutes behind. So they didn't actually lap up to P7. I thought they would do, but maybe as much of a skill gap around Erne as there is around here as well. So there you go. Moto number 1, Rax crosses the line in first place. Let's sit on the finish line here and just watch all these boys come through. I'm gonna chill back in the chair a little bit. Got Quacks going through there. Was that? So, how has he survived that? Egg shit has just done some X Games mode shit. Jesus. He works his way through. I think Cam made more mistakes on this last lap here. He's now 21 seconds down. He's going to cross the line in second position right there. And now we got a bit of time. We got 26 seconds that we now get to sit here looking at these riders coming through. Jake gonna go over the line in 13th place by the looks of it. An okay result for him. Logan and TH having a little battle to the finish. It looks like Logan is going to get that on cuts, actually, which is quite good. You always love winning a race against someone on cuts. It makes you feel good about yourself. Victor going across the line there. He's in 16th position. Let me zoom out a little bit. There you go. There's Finn. There's our 3rd place man. That was a disgustingly long time from 1st to 3rd. A little bit of Steez over the finish line as well. Love to see that. There's the Jan scoring some points. He's in 18th place. His best moto of the year. Danny's back here as well. HM going across the line in 19th spot. Dan, solid P4. He's going to be happy with that moto. Just rode really well the whole way throughout. Akiston going down right at the finish line. There's his little minutes of fame. And then we've got 3 people left. Was it? Yeah, we've got 3 people left on the lead lap. They haven't crossed the line yet, anyway. They haven't crossed the line. I mean, we've got a lot of time to wait. These gaps are unreal. I guarantee Tyler never thought he would find himself 1 minute and 42 seconds down in a GP race, especially after winning last year's GPs. There was a time last year where I was 1 minute and 30 behind Tyler in a race, never mind him being 1 minute and 30 behind someone else. So you go, Tyler goes across in 5th, and I think that'll just about wrap it up. We've still got 2 people left on this lead lap. Got Boy coming through and TG coming through as well. Battle all the way to the finish. TG's going to get it. He might lose it on cuts. He does, Boy. Wow, TG had like 6 seconds of cuts there, maybe 7 or 8. That was unreal. There you go. There's your Moto 1 from Sardegna done. Yeah, 8 seconds of cuts there from TG. God damn. So your fastest lap, it's probably Rax, if I was to guess. It is, with a 49.1 over a second faster than everybody else. But consistency. Consistency was the name of the game in that one. All of them leaders had some stinky lap times up in the higher, I say higher, into the 2 minute mark, almost getting to the 2:10s. Tyler found himself having back-to-back 2:07 and 2:09s, which isn't ideal either. But some decent riding all around. Not bad whatsoever. Jake Jr. says never again. I don't know if we're going to see him on the gate for Moto 2. Aiden has reconnected, which is good. Let's see, what was the road setting on for that? Like, I am the absolute oracle. 0.1 erode has caused that track. Shall we have a quick little fly around? Have a fly around the track, show you what we're working with. So, over the finish line, nothing difficult in this first corner here, this flat turn. We did see one of the guys... Oh my god, can you see? That shadow is going to be really hard to show it. So it's like, there's a little hump here, but then it dips down. So no wonder these boys are getting kicked over the bars there. Look at that. Oh, you can see that. That's a good job at showing how triangulated that stuff is. That's disgusting. Yeah, I've said it a handful of times this year. I said it in Supercross, and I'm saying it again now. I don't know if the OEM team have any plans to adjust these tyres, but they do some funky stuff to the road. It shouldn't be forming square edges like that. So there's part number 1 of the track where you can find yourself going over the bars. Get the bike cranked over, leant over into this rut. That all looks absolutely fine. A little bit choppy coming out of the corner, but that's all good. This straight looks quite straightforward. It does dip down a little bit on this far left-hand side, but that's just where everyone's been riding on it. And then you've got a double into this corner. Like, look how steep. How steep this little takeoff is here, this double. You definitely, I think people are going to be better off moving to this outside for this second moto. And then you can see how narrow it funnels in here. So yeah, if your front end is here, your front end's you're going to the ground, you need to be here perfectly the whole way through this corner. So again, it just shows how good these top boys are being able to do that for 30 minutes without falling apart. Everyone going around this outside, same situation here. It really goes down into a really sharp, narrow V. I mean, it's eroded so much that the stakes are hanging out now, which is quite funny. How are you stood up there? What your knees doing all the way down there? What's going on with this stake, actually? It's a bit of a... It looks a bit funky. I'm guessing it's just to keep the body count nice and low. But, I mean, that part's usually in the ground. You don't usually see that. I mean, same here. This boy is just fully floating. Yeah, that's unreal. That's ridiculous. Troy says he lost 50 seconds in lap 1. Yeah, we saw you was in dead last at one point there, Troy. You done well to come back and get some points. Everyone, you can see, look at these stakes all floating. That means everybody was hugging this far left side. And the reason they're hugging that is because they're all going around the outside here, and that forces them to jump over to the left side here. When I was doing all of my testing, I was hitting this inside, and then you can straight line more, and you can hook over to the right, which I expect to see people doing in Moto 2. If they want to stay out of this deep shit, you need to be over to that right-hand side. This straight doesn't look too bad. It's choppy, but not unreasonably choppy. These ruts look fairly straightforward still as well. A little bit of a hook coming out of this corner, so I think you'll be better off going into the inside rut. Also saw a lot of people going around the outside here. That still looks very usable, so I don't think we'll see people changing at all. And then middle and outside in this corner seem to be the way forwards. This middle one's starting to get a little bit deeper, but this you've got on the outside here, you've got this crater to try and get out of once once you come out of the corner. So you could see people going to the inside. I mean, look how nice and smooth that is after you exit there. It's all going to be who can use their heads the most, who can look ahead, get that racing brain engaged. Inside in this corner still looks absolutely fine. No issue with that at all. Going to be a bit tricky on the exit, because you've got to remember you're still cranked over in the corner, so if the front wheel gets like the wrong side of these humps, it's going to cause your front end to wash and for you to go down. And then these are very high impact zones, so there's a lot of force going through the ground here, so I can see why this is getting quite choppy. People just jumping their way around this corner as if it's Supercross. These ruts all seem to be fairly samey. No, it looks like everyone's been kind of all over the track there, no one singular line. This outside still looks to be very, very fast by the looks of that. And this is the sketchy one. So you're jumping down here, landing in this rough stuff, hoping it doesn't propel you up into the moon, all the way down here. It looks like equal use now between outside. That's very odd. I don't think I've ever seen that before, where it's formed like almost like a shelf where people have been quite high up. Yeah, that's very odd. Not seen that. The road's quite funky on these bikes. You just step up the hill, that all looks fine. See, I still don't see really anybody going around the outside here in this corner. And I'm seeing the inside mess a lot of people up. It really could be worth people, because you can carry a lot of speed around here. I know it sharpens up this next left for you, but if you want to stay out of the shit, rail the outside here, jump this and land here, and then you can rail this outside all the way down and around as well, and you get so much momentum for the next straight. So I'll be intrigued to see if anybody takes that advice or has the same idea going into this second moto, all the way through this long straight. Look at that, that's disgusting. Surely people can't still be hitting that. Maybe then moving over further right and then jumping into the corner from here, downside this bump, and then get the bike lent over. Through all the rough stuff up this hill. Inside doesn't look too bad. I thought it would have worn away quite bad considering what the rest of the track's like. Up and over this final tabletop. Into the left. This is quite sharp, but it looks like that middle might... Oh, actually that middle is... Now, I've seen triangulated ruts before. This is something else. And I need to kind of try and defend the track creators here. This is Poboso and OEM bikes. This is not... I don't think this is anything to do with track creation at all. This is just how the game is. It sucks because it causes a lot of wonkiness a lot of the time. But yeah, this track is absolutely beat. On the flip side, I don't care because I'm not riding it. On the other flip side, sand does get pretty damn rough in real life. So yeah, I don't mind it at all. I've moaned all Supercross season that the tracks have been far too easy, and I still stand by that. I hate the flat track AMS tracks that we've been getting. So to see a track like this actually challenge these riders and cause those big skill gaps and all these crashes, I like it. As a viewer, I like it. As a racer, I probably like it more than Supercross, but it can still be frustrating when the bike just collapses away from you. But overall, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, the road's only on 0.1, so it's not like it's crazy a road either. The track cams do work, yes. I have more fun just flying around myself, so I can quickly go all over the place. So if I go to Finn, track cameras, there you go, the track cameras work. They're just because of the game, they can be a little bit like shaky sometimes. I can try track cams out for a little bit. Right. Any rages in chat? Cam, we kind of ripped only if you didn't get stuck. Yeah, Cam got stuck for so long. Good races, good races. How do I remove sand from my arsehole? W's. Victor is a bad lapper. Poor Leander. Oh, God. Ah. Tyler forgot to put a setup on, so that'll explain it. That's why he was 2 minutes down in that race. Not ideal. Not the best situation whatsoever. So yeah, Quack's had a good one. Really, like the hardest part for the leaders in that race was dodging all the lappers that they got to, because you can't blame the lappers if they're down on the ground and then they're trying to get going and they get hit. Because a lot of time your bike's across ruts and it's near impossible to get going. You have to like really slowly push it out. That's how big a setup makes. On a tracks like this, yes. If you're rocking Forest, then you can just run it stock. It doesn't matter at all. But if you're rocking tracks like this, where they're so beaten up and whooped out, you do need some suspension work going on there. It's not only that as well. You have to think that, take someone like Tyler. He's got thousands of hours in this game. He knows what he's comfortable on. So whatever setup he uses for this, he's already practiced on and knows what the bike's going to do in certain situations. So if you then don't use that setup, you may as well just ride a completely different bike that you've never tried before. That's basically what it's like for him. So it's not just a case of the suspension helps him 2 minutes worth. It's a case of he's not comfortable on no setup because that's not what he's practiced on at all. So it's definitely a combination. But your more flatter tracks, your more straightforward tracks like your farms, your walnuts and that, you can run completely stock and lose out on maximum of like 2 seconds a lap maybe. Whereas for these boys, around a track like this, it's a lot. It's a lot of time. I don't see anybody annoyed in game chat, which is a pleasant surprise considering I saw some of these boys having 2 minute long lap times, or almost 2 minute 10-second long lap times. So I think as it stands, let me have a quick look at the championship points again. Points per round. So as it stands right now, Rax has just taken the red plate in that round with a first place, and I think Tyler got 5th in that one. So Tyler's... How many points do you get for 5th these days? It's 25, 22, 20... Is it 19, 18, or is it 18, 17? Something like that. Yeah, Tyler losing out on about 7 points or so there to Rax. Cam, I think Cam's moved his way up into 2nd place with that result as well, and I actually think Finn going from 3rd... Finn and Tyler are tied right now. Yeah, Finn and Tyler are tied going into this one. So we've got Rax, Cam, Finn and Tyler. And I want to say there's about 3 points separating everybody, which is quite gross. So, race 2, about to start. All the boys are down on the line. I'm going to do track cams for a while in this one. See how this one goes. And then I'll do some free roaming afterwards as well if I need to. Round 3, pretty mellow. Yeah, these boys need to... I think these boys need a little bit of a rest. But can you see how like shaky it is in the track camera? Again, that's a game thing. There's nothing else that can be done about it. Yeah, that's the reason that I was doing free cam quite a lot. Yeah, Tyler has got some work to do, but let's say he comes out today 5 points off of 1st place. It's only 5 points. There's still a lot of racing left to do this year. So, these boys, getting ready. I think round 3 is Spain. It might be the new Spanish round. Let me have a look. I have a quick look for you. I can give you the whole shebang. No, it's Italy. It's Maggiore next, sorry. So get some nice hill physics, which will be fun. So after this, you got Maggiore, Lugo in Spain, Keegums in Latvia, Matley Basin in Great Britain, Lockett from the Czech Republic, Lommel in Belgium, Uddevalla in Sweden, and Arnhem from the Netherlands. So here we go, gates down. We have got some very poor FPS going on right now for this second start. Holy, just because there's so many different bikes on the track at once. It looked like Tyler got a great jump there. He dropped back a little bit already. Not ideal. Troy, horrendous start again for Troy. Not what you want to see. Finn's up here a little bit. Who else we got? Cam's up here. Rax, not as good of a start for Rax in this one. Oh my god, what's happened there? Aiden's just been collected by somebody. There is death all over the place. Rax is just tiptoeing his way through. Okay, we're not working on Finn right now. Cam, there's more death here. Jen's going down. Jay Talon's right up here at the front. Finn working his way through, Dart going down. I think Tyler might actually have found himself into the lead. He has. So, Tyler out in front. This is exactly what Tyler needs after that first moto. Get out in front, try and put a little bit of a gap between himself and the rest of the competition, and then just tiptoe your way around the track for the rest of the race. I mean, hopefully he's got a setup on this time. Finn's in P2 low, which Tyler will not like to see, and Cam's in P3. So we got 3 of your 4 heavy hitters in this championship, all the way at the front of the pack, straight away. Rex is back in 13th position right now, but as long as he doesn't get collected by anybody going down, these opening laps are the best time to make your time up. No clue how Tyler didn't go down just there. Him and Finn, I don't know if they made contact then on that straight, it looked like it, but just a tiny little love tap. So now Finn takes over this first position. So your fastest qualifier on the day moves himself into first place. Finn and Tyler, if things were to end like this, there would be a change for positions also in the championship. These two are tied in points coming into this second moto. So we'll see what happens after the next 28 minutes plus 2 laps. I think Cam might have gone down in the background. He was in third. Oh my god, what has happened to Cam? Cam has had an absolute stinker. He's back in 23rd position. What happened? Oh, Cammy, what's happened? Oh, no. Oh, he's had a stinker. He crashed, tried to get going again, crashed again. There's so many people gone past him. Cam's got a lot of work to do. So, end of lap 1. Finn goes across the line in front of Tyler J in P2. Rax has found this. This man is actually unreal. He makes so much time up in these opening laps. He was down in 13th, I think, like 20 seconds ago. He's now up into 3rd, and only 6 seconds off the lead. So, the door is now wide open. Finn can win this, Tyler can win this, Rax can win this. Cam's given himself a lot of work to do early on. I don't know if he's quite got that in the locker, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see what happened. Good thing I'm not racing. We'll get a red flag if I got a good start. You know how it is. You know the rules these days. Yeah, every time I get a good start, red flag straight away. Rax already making time up on these boys, down to 5.6 seconds now. Little battle going on for P4 between Dan and Danny. Who is the superior Daniel? We don't know. I don't know if this is Danny Van something or other, who's been in my streams before. It might be. But yeah, Dan White taking over the P4 spot. So looking like, at least right now, 2 incredibly solid results for Dan. Much better than last week. We have got a big battle going on here. Marley almost getting sent over the bars, almost ejecto-CO'd. Logan a better start than his first race as well. He's finding himself battling for this P6 position also. Oh, look at these boys. That track looks so brutal. 3 wide going into this corner. I love that. Logan is such a good racer. Like, so smart, choosing not to follow Danny into the inside, and also choosing not to run Marley too wide in that corner also. So Danny works his way through there. He's just behind Pitt. Logan going up the inside of Marley. He's going to be on the outside in this next corner. Chooses to go out into the smooth stuff. It's slower in, but he might be faster out. He's going to get a big slingshot for this whole next straight. Almost over the bars. Oh, boys, this is a sketchy track. These boys are getting cross-righted and all sorts. Hold on to it, Logan. Oh, my goodness. He's alive. He's alive. They've made it to the end of the straight. My God, this is unreal. What might be a good camera to go into for next lap is watching all these boys trying to tackle this straight together. Because they landed in these ruts here and the bikes are just kicking out sideways, getting hella sketchy. Let's work our way to the back. Who's got the Stinky Award for this race? Who's in last place? Let's go back. Got HM back here. TG, oh my god, TG's having a horrific race. I think he finished, was it P8 last race that he finished in over the line? He's in dead last this time, not the start to Moto 2 that he would have wanted. Let's work our way back towards these front runners, see what battles are brewing at the front of this pack. Finn is pulling out a little bit of a gap right now. He's working his way around in first place. Tyler must have gone down because Rax has found himself into P2. And Tyler went down, Rax in P2. Tyler now in P3. We've got Dan in P4, not far behind these boys at all. So Tyler needs to be careful. He doesn't fall back too much like last race because too many mistakes. He could find himself back 5th, maybe 6th, 7th if it goes that way. And then this is where we've got some battles going on. Cam making up really good time. He's finding himself up into P number 11 right now, looking to make some more spaces. I reckon he'll be in around 8th place, 7th, 8th by the end of this lap. I reckon let's follow him around a little bit. We've got a lot of players going on here. Marley going off the side of the track, gets back on the track safe, no problem there at all. Now, what is Cam going to do? It's hard when you're behind 2 riders like this. You just really don't know where to make a pass. All of these boys filter into this inside. That is a brave line from Cam. Marley came off worse there. I thought Cam would just filter to the outside to try and be safe. Gets the drive around the outside of Kazi as well. Nice clean pass into the inside of that corner. So he's up into the 8th position. He's got Logan just in front of him in 7th place. So Cam making some moves. Lots of bikes all back here. We've got Jay Talon and Jake going at it for the 12th spot. We've got Marley, Dark, Eggshit. Where is Aiden is the question, unless he's left the race already. He has left the race already. I've just looked over in my chat. Just looked over. Aiden gone already. Not a good start for him at all. Quack's back here. Probably not as good as he would have wanted. That man is usually a machine in the sand. You should see him running a lap time around the year before last Keegan's track. Pretty disgusting. TG making some moves up. He's passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so like 7 people in one lap. Really good stuff. Not as good for Troy. Hold on to it, buddy. Troy having a little bit of a sketchy moment there. Should we rewind and see just how tricky this stuff is? I guarantee he just went over a bit too far. So yeah, as he exits here, this hump right here, the front wheel, he pops the front wheel out, so he's just airborne. Back wheel gets on top, starts sliding, front wheel tucks. I don't know how he's stayed on the bike there, to be completely honest. I feel like he probably shouldn't have, but oh well. Finn has now got a 6-second lead over some of these boys. Let's go back to Danny in P8 right now. These boys are having a little bit of a battle by the looks of it. So we've got Danny there, Kazzy there, Jake just behind him as well. Everyone's kind of like a second or so apart, so it's not like everyone's right on top of each other. They're just nicely spread out for now. We've got a battle going on for 24th between Victor and Tiger and TG. TG's just behind these 3 right here. Mr. Leander getting off the back of that bike, full Proboso gear. Come on, Victor, send me your stuff for next round. I want to see the Leander. Got Tiger there, whose gear we can see. TG just behind him. We've got a battle between Logan and Boy going on right now. And then Jay Talon's just there in front of these 2 also. Big jump to the inside. That was really nice from Logan. Very, very nice, actually. That was really smooth how he soaked up them bumps. And because of that, he's got such a good drive up this whole next straight. He gains so much time on these 2 just in the space of 2 corners. And they're jumping into this rough stuff. Good run through there. That's the difference. Logan's momentum going forwards. Boy's going up in the air. Nice and clean from Logan as well. I don't think you'll ever see him intentionally taking someone out or running them higher. Now, I mean, they might have hindered him a little bit. Maybe he's been too nice. I think in a situation like that, you just need to stick your elbows out. Be like, no, this is my line. I'm on the inside of you. You can back off or go around the outside. But we've got some nice racing here in the just in the top 10 position. Got some questionable people in these races. I think it's just difficult track. Oh my goodness, Ejectocito over the bars. Logan has absolutely eaten booty cheeks. Let's get a little rewind on that right there. Let's see what caused this. Did he get cross-righted or did he hit a kicker? So he's going up the face of this. Yeah, cross-righted. Front end goes one way, back end goes the other. Catches traction at the wrong time, just straight over the bars. Nothing he could do to save that one at all. So that's going to cost him a little bit of time. We've got a close battle now between the top 2. We've got Rax and Finn, which is not letting me watch. Because of that, I'm going to go in the free roam camera and try and find these boys. Where are these front 2? That's Finn right here. Perfect timing. You got Finn. Did he go down? No, Rax must have gone down. There's Rax. What happened to Rax? Did he jump off the side of that? Just saw him re-emerging from the grass. Have a look. Oh, we got a big old kick off the face of that jump. Yeah, what happened? Let's have a look at this. So these 2... There's a server. Have I just... Hello? No, we're good. It's fine. Okay, the rewind was just being a bit funky. I got scared then. I thought the server had gone or I'd gone from the server, 1 or 2. Let's try and find these boys again now. Where are they? Tyler's sitting back here. He's in P3 still. Not very far behind Rax after that mistake. So Rax went from 1.4 seconds down to what looks about 6 seconds now at this point. Maybe 7 at a stretch. They're all still choosing to follow this tight inside line. And you can see how tricky it is staying in this. Tyler getting a bit of a kick there. I mean, they're all making it look fairly straightforward. So I can promise you it is not easy whatsoever. Dan working his way through. Cam making up a bunch of time now. I'm surprised Cam's only 20 seconds back after that massive mistake on the opening lap. Yeah, he's 20 seconds off the lead. He's still on the cusp of a P4. I reckon he will get P4, which is outrageous, really. Oh, Dan going flying off the track. I think he just got a little bit of a kick going into that corner. Couldn't straighten the bike out in time. There's no way he tried going in this deep rut, surely. Oh, he has. Oh, the back end's gone into it. Kicked him sideways. Massive kicker there. Couldn't get it back straight again. Just goes flying up and over that berm. Nothing he could do to save that at all. I think it's time in the race. You've got to try experimenting with some different lines, looking for some smooth options. because the main lines around this track are getting absolutely demolished. So Jake sitting in a very comfortable P7 right there, better than last race so far. Got Kazzy and Danny back here going at it. Logan and Boy have been in a battle this entire race so far. They're going back and forth for, what are they in, 11th and 12th. And we've got Jay Talon just behind these two. A nice pass from Logan there. He might have already been in front, actually. See, this is what I mean. Logan using the race IQ, staying out of the rough stuff. It was actually slower that time, to be honest. So I guess there's a right time and place to be experimenting with them lines, although he didn't get the best run out. I think he turned a bit too sharp here. Jen having a little bit of a mistake back here also. Got TH, Cooper and Doc going at it together. You see, some of these boys are even struggling just to go in a straight line over these tabletops because of the way the ruts are and the kickers are. If we go, let's have a look at the face of this jump. Oh my god, you can almost preach. Look at the state of this. That is disgusting. I don't know why these boys are still choosing to jump on the far left there. I know a lot of them are exiting the corner here on the... I mean, yeah, there's not much you can do. Unless you're... I mean, can you... I mean, I tried... You can jump here, downside here. I mean, maybe just try holding a tighter line here and being in the smooth stuff so you get a smooth jump up and over this. Because this jump is going to claim so many people by the end of this race. Look at the state of that. That is just gross. That was nice from Davey. He kind of stayed on top of all the ruts there rather than getting stuck inside of them. Yeah, Lewis being smart, sending over to that far right-hand side of the track. There we go. Oh, battle for the lead. Perfect timing. Right, we got Rax and Finn. Let's stay on board with these two for a lap or so. This could get spicy. Right, Rax choosing to stay in the middle, up on the pegs, nice and smooth the whole way around. That's how it's done. That was absolute perfection. Finn choosing to check up a little bit more and go on the inside right. He got a really good drive, and it looked like nobody gained or lost time there. So both options being very viable. Props to the track raters on that one there, giving us some viable options for racing. So these boys both choosing to stay out of that deep stuff on the inside. Wait, up. There we go. Don't know what happened there. Right, we're back. Yeah, Rex and Finn still going at it. Sorry. I hope that wasn't like that for very long. I hope that wasn't like that for long. I don't know what happened there. Oh, great pass. Oh, I thought that was a pass. It wasn't. Finn just kind of holding his own there. Some good battling going on here. Now they're going to come into lappers, though. That's a lot of lappers get past as well. Lewis and Aquazan both doing a very good job there, going to complete opposite sides of the track. The Jan looking over his shoulder as well. Probably doesn't know these boys want to go inside here. Finn trying to stay out the rough stuff. Rax kind of going a bit of beast mode, you know, doing the Tomac vibes, just kind of working his way through the rough, just tanking it as much as he can. Losing a little bit of time to Finn because of that. He got himself stood up a bit on that outside. Finn just being nice and smooth, looking ahead, staying light on the bike. This is very much a European versus American riding style comparison here. As I say that, the European absolutely eating booty cheeks. Did he go over the bars? He did go over the bars. What happened? Just a little bit of a kicker? Yeah, he jumped into the face of it, got caught on the kicker, didn't lean back enough. Over the bars, couldn't save that one, got ejecto-cetoed. So now Tyler is still sat in third place, a little bit behind these two. Let's try and find them again. Where are they? Troy there, Finn trying to go in a straight line. He didn't actually lose that much time. He must have had a good respawn. That's maybe 2 seconds, if that. Not a big gap at all. So we'll let these two kind of fight at it. We'll work our way back through the pack again. We have got Tyler back here in third place, trying to get the power down to the ground through this straight. We have got Cam up into P4 now. Again, salvaging some pretty good points there, so he'll be 2-4 on the day if it ends like this. Although Rax probably very happy. What is going on with my display stuff? There we go. I'm going to turn display capture off because it's bugging out. I need to keep it on game capture. Dan here in 5th place, so Dan would be a 5-5 for the day right now, which I think he's also happy with. Or was it a 4-5? I think it was a 4-5, not a 5-5. Yeah, so we'll leave Dan 4-5 for the day. Really, really good so far. We're halfway through this moto. We're 15 minutes left, and in 15 minutes you could save 15% and only 15% on FXR gear using code MXPR_Lins15 at checkout at fxrracing.eu. Hopefully soon to .com as well for the US guys. I just need to message the right people to get that in action. And, right, plug aside. We have got Boy and Kazzy going back and forth here for the 9th and 10th positions. Jay Talon in 11th place right now. Another good solid result for Jay Talon also. Oh, big send from Logan there. Just choosing to jump over the rough stuff and land on the smooth stuff on the right. So a little battle here between Logan and Marley. Both choosing to follow that outside. Are they going to stay out this rough stuff? Oh, Logan's going over the bars. I thought as soon as I saw him going on that left side of the track, it was game over. I'll show you exactly why that went wrong. So he tried staying on this middle bit of the rut here to stay out of the deep stuff, but the back end just kicked out to the side. It then kicked back the other direction, and it's just given him an unintentional oppo whip at that point. Nothing he can do about that whatsoever. So he's going to lose some time there. We've got a nice freeway battle going on here between Jen, Victor, and JS7. I think Jen and Victor are very good friends, so they might just be having a bit of fun in a Discord call right now with each other, just going back and forth. Victor moving over on Jen. I mean, that's his line. He's got every right to move over to the left there. Both of these boys trying to stay out of the rough stuff on that inside, doing a good job. JS7 going to the inside. These lines are going to meet at the end of the corner. No, nice, good, clean pass. Some good riding going on here. Some good races all the way through the pack. A lot closer this race between people. Not everyone's quite as spread out as they were. Victor's back here as well in 23rd. Not in points right now. He's probably not going to be too happy with that. Speaking of not in points, where is the biggest MX Bikes content creator? Rax has gone through. Rax has pulled out a big lead, actually. That's so 6 seconds over Finn. I think he might have, Finn might have some cuts there, because that looks like a bigger than 6 second gap. There's Troy. Oh, what a perfect time for Troy to go down. Look at all these boys still hitting this deep stuff, rather than just trying to go a little bit further left or a little bit further right. Let's slow that down. Gonna get a little replay on that. Jumps into it. Surely he's just got, the back end's just got a kick. He was off balance going into it, back end kicked out. So what I don't understand, I know these boys are trying to follow this route. Why don't they just exit it a little bit early and then take off here, where there is no death rut? I don't get it. These boys are still... I know that they haven't had that much time on the track to try and learn all these different lines, but if you keep getting messed up by it, there's a point where you need to start experimenting with different things and changing what you're doing. Let's go up to Cam and Tyler. Where are these boys at on the track? Finn's right there. That means Tyler's right there. Where's... Oh, has Cam made a mistake? Yeah, Cam made a mistake. He was about only 2 seconds off the back of Tyler right there. He's now 8 seconds off the back of him. But, I mean, Cam has had really good pace today. And I think if you was to rerun this on another day, different scenario, a couple less mistakes, Cam could have even been in contention for a 1-1 here. Just let the mistakes get the better of him, just keeps dropping back a little bit here and there. We've got two Alexes, the battle of the Alexes. I don't know who's the best one. We're about to find out. This is actually for position as well. I don't think there's... Oh, interesting line from Mr. Waldron there, unless he is trying to get out of the way as a lapper. He's probably trying to get out of the way for Cam, since Cam's coming through. Good stuff from the other Alex there, not trying to pull away too quickly and getting in the way. So Cam's going to try and remount a charge, see if he can start catching up a little bit more towards those boys at the front. 2 second gap between Finn and Rax. 2 second gap. There's Rax. He must have gone down. Finn right here. Finn standing up all the way around the outside. How does Finn go up through this? Oh my goodness, that was probably one of the best accidental whips I've ever seen. But if these top boys are getting kicked like that, then I hate to think what the intermediate guys are going through. Absolute pain and suffering. The B main must be quite comical to watch today. But yeah, look, perfect. Just what I said. Like someone like Finn, heads up riding, stays out of the rough shit, over on the left-hand side, nice and smooth, no issues there at all. So he's only 1.3 seconds off. Rax has definitely got a second, maybe 2 seconds of cuts here, because that is not a 1.3 second gap. Again, Rax choosing to go around the long way through the rough stuff, Finn being nice and smooth, taking the shorter option, staying out of the rough stuff on the left as well. Just like the racecraft that Finn's got going on here. It's really good stuff to watch. Just smooth, steady, patient. It's only really the unexpected kicks over the handlebars and stuff that cause him to go down. For the rest of the race, he's usually pretty solid and straightforward. Jumping up and over that single there, which is really satisfying to see also. Still going on the inside here. I don't think this has got too beaten up. It looks like a fairly smooth route. There you go. There's the gap between your two leaders there. Oh, is Rax all right? Yeah, I saw him get a little bit of a kick. I thought he might be going down. Let's have a little bit of a look through the field. We've got a battle for 10th between Kazi and Marley right here. These two going back and forth for position here. This like top 10 has been a very fought after position today. There's been battles of 2-3 people all the way through both motos. It's been like the hottest spot for contention. Jay Talon slowing down, nice inside line here. I'm liking seeing people switch into this inside. Definitely slower earlier on in the day, but now them two outsides are getting a bit chalked. It's good to see. Joe Talon checking up, going on the right side. My voice is starting to go, boys. I need to get the H2O in again. I've not got any with me. Got Logan back here as well, sitting in the 13th spot. Quack's in 14th right now. Got Jen, Cooper, Victor, HM. I mean, everyone's a little bit spread out. We've got Tiger and JS7 battling for the final point of the race. JS7 going down. That's going to make it easy for Tiger. How did JS7 go down there? Did he just get a little bit too high and the front end got off balance? That was a little bit of a weird one. Oh, he turned down too much and the front wheel came up. So he was just drifting and then the bike slopped over sideways. Yet nothing he can do about that either. Victor working his way through. Got Kian back here. Tyler's still sitting in a comfortable third place in no man's land again. Not 2 minutes behind this time, to be fair. Only 24 seconds. But he's just going to be doing his own race. He'll probably cross the line in P3. Cam has had a stinker. Where is Cameron Box? He's dropped down to P6. We've got Dan here in P4. Pitt in P5. Cam in P6. Oh my god, Dan and Pitt getting together. That's going to gift Cam 2 positions back to back. What happened there? Oh, Dan turning it into a 50-50 grind. Back end not making it in. Front wheel did. Swapped him over. Nothing Pitt can do about that. No time to brake or turn at all. And then Cam getting lucky that Pitt moved Dan's bike out of his way for him. So those two getting relegated to now P5 and P6 respectively. Where have these two gone? Did I really take that much time just finding that replay? That's crazy. No, that's Tyler up there by himself. We have got Troy. Where's Troy? What position is the Jan in? Troy's in 28th, so yeah, not as good of a race for Troy this time round. There's Cam in his newly inherited 4th place. He's got to be very happy. They made that nice and easy for him. And then we've got Pitt and Dan still going at it. Still going at it, side by side here, over the table. Dan hitting a cheeky little Watpo, probably by mistake again. These ruts are kicking everybody all over the place. Pumba kind of sat in the main line as a lap right here, choosing to dart over to the inside. Dan's going to go around the outside. Pitt's going to go tight inside. I'm loving the alternative lines. Both working out very, very similar to each other here. This is some really good shit. Pitt accidentally going too far left, though, unfortunately. That jump is quite deceiving, because you have to jump a bit to the right, because the way it's angled, it sends you off the left-hand side. So I'm not sure if Pitt's been taking this inside already, or if that was his first time, so it's understandable if he's accidentally jumped off to the left there. So that's going to move Dan up into 5th position. Pitt is a new name for me. I don't know if he went by a different alias before, but he's had 2 really, really good races, so I think he needs to give himself a little bit of a round of applause, a bit of a pat on the back. I see there's a battle going on for the lead right now between Rax and Finn. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? There's Tyler. Oh, God. Where are the boys? Here we go. Right, Finn, right here. He is so close to the back of Rax right now. Rax making some mistakes, or Finn's just been putting in a charge. 0.3 seconds is the gap between your leaders. So Rax has got 1 second of cuts. If you are Finn right now, he's a very, very smart rider. I don't know if he knows that Rax has cuts. If he does know, then 100% in his head, he's like, right, I haven't got to make the pass here. I just need to go as fast as I can, try and get onto the back of him, and as long as I finish within a second of him by the finish line, the moto win is mine. So can Finn stop Rax from going 1-1 on the day, is the question. I do believe that even if Rax finishes second in this moto, he will still ride out of this round with the red plate on his machine going into round number 3. I believe Tyler will be dropping down into the 4th position, or he might be tied with Cam. Tyler and Cam might come out of this tied together in P3 in the championship. Oh, Finn going down. Look at this right in this corner is basically a wall at this point. Let's rewind and see where that went wrong for him. So he jumps into the corner, front end rebounds, back end kicks out a little bit, and then he's just upright and he can't get the bike cranked over, and then it's just like riding up and out the rut like I did at Cleaton MX on the Varg, and still have a very purple and green left thigh to show for it almost 2 weeks later at this point. So the battle for the lead no longer on. Tyler is 40 seconds down, Cam is 53, 56. Let's have a little bit of a look further around. We've got Marley and Jay Talon right now having a little bit of a battle for 10th place. Again, still that 10th place position is the position that everybody wants. So they should be around here somewhere. There's Dan in 5th, Pitt in 6th. They should be... where are they? There's Boy having good results as well. Boy's in 7th. They should be just around this corner here. Got Danny and Jake going at it for P8. I think Jake will be looking to get that 8th position right there, just choosing to go all the way to the outside in that corner. Then we've got, Logan, Jen, and Marley. There's a lot of cuts going on in this moto, because Logan's in front of these boys, but he's not in terms of time. So unless everybody just had a stinky first sector and it all got mixed up, there's a lot going on here. Hard to unpack it all. Right. We've got... oh, it's getting a bit close here. Logan is such a nice rider. There's so many times where he could have muscled somebody out of the way in this race that he's just chose to check up and let him go. So being a good lapper as well. Rax going through there. Jen probably going to do the same, let Rax go by. Which he does, yep, good stuff. We've had some good lappers here today. I've not seen too much drama caused by the lappers at all. So Rax is now boasting a 5.6 second lead over Finn. But, I mean, the lead battle is not really what we're looking at here. It's all these boys around the 10th spot. Kazi going on X Games mode through the course as well, in 13th right now, next to Cooper. And then they've got Jen going down. Both managed to avoid him. Good heads-up riding there from these boys. Side by side along the straight. Are they both going to filter onto the inside together? Nope, Cooper going around the outside. I love that outside line there. It's going to put him on the inside into the next turn. Muscles Kazi out of the way. That's a great pass. Really good pass. The outside closes up to the inside. Logan going down again. Not having the best of luck in this straight right here, as Logan. He's had a few mistakes through this part of the track. What's this? Oh, I thought Cooper was going over the bars. Everybody staying far away from there now. As he tried going from left to right, that part of the track was currently occupied. He couldn't make the move. Struggling to get going a little bit. That's going to give Logan a position back. Those boys all going at it. This is all position right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, basically, battling over this 12th position. 12th, 11th, something like that. I mean, cuts always come into play. Marty going down, Kazi going down. Look at some of the holes that are forming here. Look at the state of that. That's what Kazi just hit that sent him ejecto-seatoed over the bars. That's disgusting. Right, Finn coming through here. Finn is now 17 seconds down. What was Finn's last lap time? Finn with a 2:09 last lap compared to Rax's 1:56. So Rax doing exactly what he done in the last race, just putting in consistent, smooth laps and letting everybody else make all of the mistakes around him. And I think with only 3.5 minutes plus 2 to go, unless unless the wheels fall off for him, I see him getting first place in this race as well. Tyler being nice and smooth, using the far outskirts of the track to stay out of all the rough stuff. He's still sat in 3rd place. So much better than the first race for him. Cam coming through here as well, almost going over the bars. He sat in 4th place. Salvaged a very, very stinky start. They had a bit of bad fortune at the start of this race on that one, going down once by himself, then getting collected by more people coming through. He is currently 14 seconds off the back of Tyler. So yeah, unless people make mistakes, that is a little bit too much time to be gaining. Troy's still working his way around. He's outside the top 25 based on timing and scoring. Dan still rocking around in a P3. A bit of a lonely P3 right now. No one really in front or behind him. I don't think he'll be too upset with that. He'll just be happy that he's got 2 top 5s on the day. We have then got to go a little bit further back to Pitt here in P6. He'll also be happy with that. We've got Pat. He's a lap down. Olmo is also a lap down. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got big gaps going on here. Boy is then another 17 seconds back off of Pitt in P7. Lewis jumping off track, he's a lapper. What else we got? Danny here. Let's have a look at this straight. If you go inside, the middle rut bit sketchy to get into, and a lot of these boys going tight inside there. I still think that's the best option right now. Then some people still choosing to go through this rough stuff, stand up all the way around the outside, get the slingshot back up over the finish line. We've got Jay Talon here who rounds out your top 10. He is just on the back of Jake right now. Jake dropping down to the 9th spot. He was battling for a P7 earlier. How's he saved that? Jake just ran the front wheel the whole way up and over that little mound. Let's just get a little rewind on that. Hitting the main bump. People really need to be looking ahead and staying out of that. And then that just stays on top of that front wheel the whole way through. I think he might need a new pair of underwear after that one. That was a very, very close moment. Alkiston going down. Rex coming through here in 1st. He's just picking his way around. 1.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. I think these guys have got 3 laps now. From this point, it's going to take him 1:30 to get to the finish line. Then he'll have the +2 card come out by the time he gets around there. Finn just working his way through in a 2nd place. I don't think he'll be unhappy with a 2nd. Of course, he'd like to win, but you can't always win every single race, so he'll be happy with that 2nd there. Overall, on the day, still better than his St. Jean d'Angely results. Tyler going off the track a bit. Doesn't go down. Nice little save there. Hang on. We've got a battle for 3rd place. What on earth was Tyler's last lap? Because he just gave up so much time. Tyler just had a 2-minute and 12-second lap time last lap around compared to Cam's 2 minutes. So 12 seconds lost to Cam in the space of 1 lap time. See, Cam just went up in the air on that there rather than going forwards at all. Yeah, let's follow this one for a little bit. And there's... never mind. Commentator's curse. Cam just turning a little bit too much. I guarantee his front wheel was too high in this rut, as in too far to the right-hand side. So you see Tyler staying nice and high in it. I guarantee Cam's front wheel hit like this bit right here that caused him to tuck. Exactly that. Stayed a little bit too low. Got off balance, off the bike. That's how tricky this track can be. There you go. Dan's still in P5. Let's zoom forwards a little bit more. Try and find this again. He's not... he's not really lost much time at all. That was a really quick respawn, unless Tyler's made a little mistake since then. So it's not over. There is still time. I mean, we've seen how quickly these boys are the best riders that Europe has to offer right now, and I would argue that some of them are better than some of the top US riders as well. Not going to name any names, but I feel like in terms of raw speed at least, if you give people the same amount of time on the track. Some quite a few of the U boys can beat the NA boys, and yeah, just my opinion there. And we're seeing how much they're struggling around this track. Nobody is making this look easy. Even Rax has had his moments around here, and it's not quite the 2-minute lead that he had over like 4th place last race. But I think everyone's winding it back a little bit here. They all know how treacherous the track is. They all know how easy it is to make mistakes. A lapper going down there, TH, not causing any issues with the leaders at all, though. That's good. The bike rolled out of the way. Tyler working his way through JS7 here. Nice line there. Don't see anybody using this. Cam taking the same line also. Staying out of the rough stuff. Really, any part of the track right now that's a lighter colour is where you want to be. It's the darker stuff that is just so treacherous. JS7 going down, Jen going down, people crashing all over this racetrack. I don't know how these boys are staying out of all the chaos, to be honest with you. But there we go. They've got 2 laps to go. Brax got the 2-lap card last lap around. We've got Tyler and Cam going for this final spot on the podium. And this would probably affect... Does this affect overalls as well? No, I don't think this affects overalls at all. I think Cam still beats Tyler overall, even if it stays like this. But this is just for points, to be honest. Every point matters. Get all them points early on in the championship. I know it's a 10-round season. It's only round 2, but you'll take any single point you can get when you can get it. We've got Mr. Leander here, who I think is good friends with all these guys, coming a lap down. Hopefully he can be nice and heads up and stay out of the way. Cam choosing to go inside here. It's going to work for him. Tyler going down. Cam staying out of the rough stuff, doing a good job there. Let's have a look. Did Tyler hit that trench and the back end kick out sideways? That looks to be exactly what happened. So yeah, got over here a little bit too high on the right, causes the back end step out to the left, and then there's just no saving it from that point. Tyler going down, not the best position for him. So that's going to let Cam inherit P3. Not the best of days for Tyler. He went... what results did he get last round? It was like a 1-3? Something like that? I think it was a 1-3. Yeah, a 1st and a 3rd, and now he's gone, what was it, like 5 or 6 in race 1 and then 4th in race 2 today. So not the race that he would have wanted. But again, these sandy tracks, challenging conditions for anyone. Some people really like the sand, some people don't vibe with it quite as much. Tell you who has vibed with it today, though, is your race leader, Rax. P1 on the track, 22-second lead as he goes up and Finn goes up and over this finish line. He has taken the last lap card around this track. He is way up in front, just hitting accidental wappos all over the place. Very comfy. He's going to cross the line in first, no doubt in my mind. Finn is 22 seconds back right here along the mechanic straight in a bit of no man's land all by himself. And then there's another 28 seconds back to Cameron Box in P3 with Tyler in P4. Tyler's dropped back a little bit now. I think these final 4 are done. Unless someone has an absolute honker of a lap, these final 4 should stay in those positions. So we are going to go see if we have any more battles going along. It's going to be quite hard to tell who's like a lap down or who's 2 laps down. I think Jen and JS7 here are on the same lap with each other. Tiger going down there. Unfortunate timing for Tiger to be caught on the stream. Got egg shit rocking around. Dan's back here in 5th place, 1 minute and 23 seconds behind. But again, 2 solid results for Dan. He is in the biggest no man land that I've ever seen. He's got 30 seconds in front of him and 32 seconds behind him. So Dan is in basically a minute's bubble. He's doing his own thing. He's got his own race going on. Pitt's back here in the 6th position. Good results on the day for Pitt. Good results for Boy as well, back here in 7th place. And then they have lapped up to P8 now. So 8th place has been put a lap down. Brax is now circulating on his last lap. He has got another 2 corners left to go after this one, and he's going to be crossing the line for 50 points. A 1-1 result on the day. He's going to be very happy with that. He's going to find himself going into round number 3 at... Wait, where are we going for round 3? I've forgotten already. At Maggiora in Italy. We are not very far from this here Sardegna circuit. He's very happy, hitting the Superman. He's been doing abs at the gym. Very great core control there. He's going to find himself with the red plate going into round number 3 of this championship. Jay Tannen getting a bit sketchy there, going into the last corner. So's Lewis. Everybody crashing on this difficult sandy track. Jay going over the bars as well. Oh, this is almost comedic at this point. Look at this. Look at the timing we're getting here. There we go. There's our 2nd place man, Finn. He's going to find himself going across the line in 2nd place. Better result than last week. He's probably a bit annoyed that he didn't get a win when it was there on a platter for him today. But again, 2nd place is a 2nd place. We then have to go a little bit further back to Cam, who's in P3 right here. And I think these boys have all settled in. Tyler's going to be coming round in a second in P4. There's Tyler. He's going to lose the red plate, unfortunately. Forfeit that over to Rax. And then we've got TG a lap down. sorry, didn't see that one. Where's Dan? Where's Mr. White? All the way back here. Such a big gap from first down to fifth. This is... Where? Oh my god, where is Dan? Have I missed him? There's the Jan. There's Dan. Oh my goodness. That is such a big gap between first and fifth place. That is unreal. How many times did people get lapped? Nobody got lapped 3 times. It looks like people retired by then. So 2 times was enough for some people by the looks of it. Yeah, very... Oh, Kazzy's stuck on the finish. Oh no. Oh, Kazzy, just push it. Just push it forwards, buddy. Stop revving it. Stop revving it. Just push it. Has he gone back to the... Did he hard reset? No, he's across the line. What happened? Did he just turn around and hit it again? I don't know. Okay. So these last boys on the lead lap now. Going to come across the line. Troy not scoring any points in this second moto, unfortunately. Oh, Victor, that was naughty. There's Kaz. Oh, no, Kazzy did hard reset. That was a weird one. Okay, it said he was finished, but then not really. Dan crossing the line. Boy going to cross the line in about another 20 seconds or so. And then Pitt's the last man on the lead lap in P7. A good day of racing, I think, for the 450 class. Those top boys all getting mixy with each other at different points of the race. I want to have a quick fly around the track before I leave you for today. You are correct. I didn't change it to 450 Moto 2, did I? There you go. Better late than never. Let's have a quick fly around this course here at Sardegna, just to show you what the boys were working with and how rough it was. Let's take this off the screen so we can see everything. So, we've got this deep middle kicker here that a few of the boys were hitting. A lot of people seen sense and moving out to the side a little bit by the end of the race. We have got some more kickers coming through here. It's just the square edge. It's very hard to prepare for them. Some people still doubling into this inside, which is now also just, it's a sheer wall. That is unreal compared to the outside here as well. I think today was a learning experience for the mod team also. It was only 0.1 erode for this race. But as you saw, the track got absolutely beat. I'm sure there's going to be a few complaints in the Discord after all this. Look how much the track has gone away. That stake used to be in the ground. That is actually unreal. So it wouldn't surprise me to see them tone down the erode for some of the future sand rounds. We've got a Lommel on the calendar. We've got an Arnhem on the calendar. So we do have some sandy tracks coming up. It's just the V that's forming here. So if you lean over too far, you're dead. If you stand up too much, you go straight and you're dead. What a difficult track. I'm so happy I was in the booth rather than racing today. Much more fun to watch it than race it. Look at look at that. How, like, at what point is your swing arm and your forks just bottoming out and causing you to mess up? That is disgusting. I wish this game was like Sim, where I could just ride now and just try it for a lap and see how difficult it is. This straight, not too bad. Inside and middle, they both seem to hold up okay in this corner. I think it's a slightly slower speed, so it doesn't get worn away quite as much. At what point do they lower the erode a bit? I mean, it was the first sand race. It was only on 0.1. So I don't know if they expected this, to be honest. I would imagine maybe like a 0.05 for the next sand round that we have. It's always hard. These tyres don't do many favours. Look at that. That is almost just a straight wall. And then if you exit this corner too fast, you see you get cross-rutted, hit these little kickers at the bottom of these hills. I saw a few boys hitting this part here and stepping all the way up and over this single, which was quite technical. It looked really good to watch. Coming into here, not too difficult. You just have to make sure you land in the right part of this inside. Bit treacherous down this hill, jumping around to the outside. I saw some people go in... Where did they jump from? Was it maybe they checked up here and then they jumped around the corner? There was a nice double line around this inside here. These ruts not looking too bad, looking quite straightforwards. Up and around the outside here, getting fairly cupped out. Inside looking quite nice actually. Inside not looking bad at all. Jumping into these trenches down here had to be quite treacherous. And then coming through all this rough, choppy stuff. Saw a few people messing up this inside, getting the bike lane over a little bit too far. The problem that some of these boys had is you can see at the halfway point in the corner, it goes up a little bit. So what happens is people land here, their suspension compresses, which causes it to dig down. The suspension then rebounds, which causes this slightly raised part. So what happens is the further into the race you get, you land, the suspension compresses, but then because it's now also uphill a bit as well, your front wheel pops up. As soon as that front wheel pops up out of the ground, it's so easy for the bike to then topple over, which is why you saw a lot of people falling over to the left in the corner from the bike going too light. And then this plateau here is just so interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this before. And then I guess they're like jumping out of this rut, maybe over this single, through all this rough stuff. This straight looks quite straightforward, nothing too bad there. How chalked was this inside here at the very end? Deep, but not unrideable. I think it... Well, one thing that I was doing when the track was smooth is exiting this early and then going to that outside. You can't do that here anymore just because of this bump here and how much that's eroded. I liked the outside line here. I saw a good pass earlier on today. I think it might have been Cooper that took that outside and then was on the inside into this corner. A lot of cross-rutting action going on up here also. Trying to get the bike, keep the back wheel down on the ground through this straight. A lot of people started staying way away from this little trench here. Very smart idea also. And then up and round this corner. The issue is I think this inside was a bit too slow. It's sending people high up into the air. So people were going around the outside to carry speed. However, then you can't really get out of this deep stuff. If we just kind of stay on floor level right here, you can see just how fucked, basically, for lack of a better word, these ruts are, just where they were used so much. So some people were trying to stay like on top of the ruts so they didn't get right inside. If you could manage to get out and be around here, you was okay. If you managed to check up a lot and get over to this far right hand side, you was absolutely fine. And then the final straight here, saw a lot of people hitting this bump, getting ejected over the bars, falling off the edge of the map here. And then a few people still trying this middle line, getting a little bit sketchy. And then this inside line I really liked the look of by the end of that race. Nice and smooth up to the finish line. And that is it. Thank you, everybody, for being here and watching round 2 of this championship. We've got another 8 rounds left to go. The next round, we are still in Italy, although we are not in a colony of Sardinia anymore. We are over in mainland Italy at Maggiora, which is a very hilly track, so completely different to this. Probably going to be something like soft soil, if I had to guess. And I'm interested to see how the hill physics are going to work at fast pace around there. Bradley Clay, who makes the hype map, says next round is a lot more chilled out than this, so the riders can have a little bit of a break. We have more sand rounds coming up this year. We've got Lommel in Belgium, we've got Arnhem in the Netherlands. We have, I actually have the track list up on my other screen. We've got Keegums in Latvia as well, which people always really like. So we've got some good rounds coming up for the future also. So thank you everyone for watching. Congrats to all the competitors. Well done, Rax, on coming home with that red plate today. And then hopefully we get some more really good battles through them top 4 through the rest of the series. Good luck to everybody doing the NA race later today. Hopefully Narvo gets you all on stream and gets your moment of fame. Also, thank you for joining me. I don't know what we peaked at today. Let me have a quick look before I disappear. We done 670 last round. I imagine maybe like 400 or so today at peak. Where is it? I can't actually see the peak. Where is it? Oh, peak. Here we go. We yeah, 449 people we peaked at today. So basically bang on what I expected. Thank you everybody for rocking up, and I'll see you next week. I'll see you Friday, actually. I'll see you Friday for racing the next round of Supercross. And then after that, I'll see you next Monday. So good night, everybody. Thank you very much. And I'll see you next time. Love you in general, Ben. Thank you very much. Good night.